Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our show. I'm David Sponheim, and today is Technology Thursday. There was a terrorist attack, allegedly, in Saugus, California, Santa Clarita. A very serious situation where apparently a child died, a young student, and the perpetrator is apparently clinging to life, having shot himself in the head. Now, we cannot possibly bring up any type of proof of this happening because, like many events, they're preceded by all kinds of news and not a lot of facts. And one of my concerns is that, right, we have all this foreknowledge of events that happens before the event happens. So we're looking at a link that I just had in the show. Yeah, 153 News. Let's bring it up. Okay. And we'll watch this. Take a look at this and see why they would have foreknowledge of this event. Okay, so they had this out on November 11th. Breaking news, California school shooting suspect in custody. Santa Clarita News, November 12th. 2 days before it happens. Scissorfight pulled this stuff up off the internet, but you can see it clearly shows predates of all these events. So we know this is a fake event. If they have posted the news stories in advance, this has been consistent with almost every event that's happened since 2010. It's weird. Yeah, so all of these news stories that Scissorfight found are all coming up 2 days before the event. Isn't that amazing? And then anything that pops up and is being taken down is showing an error on Google. So we're luckily grabbing this stuff, he is, and posting it for all of you to see. So this type of fakery, right, they get rid of the site once they realize it's out there. This type of fakery is going on, and people like Scissorfight are watching the internet rather closely and grabbing whatever they can find of the proof of this false flaggery. Meanwhile, this woman who was in the news a couple weeks ago, when she left her post as a House Representative because she posed naked on some photographs that her ex-husband posted on the internet, showing her kissing one of her campaign workers, 10 years younger than her, having a female lesbian. It's just, and now her story is morphing into she's a pro-gun control person. And get this, if you read this story, she's even a person who bears arms. She actually has a weapon. She believes in gun rights, but she wants gun control now. See what they're doing? They're trying to take people who support guns and turn them into gun control advocates. She bears legs and everything else, yeah. She bears her entire body. Yeah, but I'm not going to get into the nasty part of this. But we're looking at a very nice pantsuit there. But Representative Katie Hill spoke out about Thursday's shooting at her alma mater, Saugus High School in Santa Clarita. Two teenagers were killed and 3 were injured. And the suspect is in custody and being treated at a local hospital for shooting himself in the head. Okay. We got some dirt on Congresswoman Tlaib again. Okay, I'll look at that in just a second. Let's follow up with Katie Hill. She says, Saugus High School was my home for my entire high school career. So many of our campaign volunteers and interns are students there. So many parents who are friends and supporters have children who they drop off there every day. So, I mean, she's really pouring it out, and she's going to be used as their gun control advocate, a woman who bears arms. She claims in the story that she owns a gun. Unreal. Okay, nice to know. Meanwhile, the impeachment hearings are going forward. And Nancy Pelosi says our job is to shape public opinion. And the House Democrats are not obsessing over impeachment polls. That's right. And I think they're doing a pretty good job. I mean, it's going to kick in tomorrow, I guess, with more testimony. I made a little meme in honor of all the work that they're doing. And I actually, being a former Democrat, I see their point completely. I mean, Donald Trump put our nation's security at risk when he underfunded Ukraine for 6 or 7 months, not giving them the money they needed to fight the Russians in the front line. It seems like Trump really is working for Russia because he was trying to underfund their competitor and their adversary, Ukraine. Very weird. So I have a little meme here in my pictures section I made. Here it is. The look you get when you have 12 witnesses and confidence in a lifetime of respected service. Yeah. See, the Republicans took that smile of William Taylor and turned it against everybody. Let's take a look at this interview. It paints a very different picture from the Republican standpoint.
Who that individual, the only member.
Sorry.
Who's calling President Zelensky's call?
I did not.
You've never talked with Chief of Staff Mulvaney?
I never did.
You never met the president?
That's correct.
You had 3 meetings again with Zelensky and it didn't come up.
And 2 of those they had never heard about, as far as I know.
And President
There was
Zelensky,
no reason for it.
President Zelensky never made an announcement. This is what I can't believe, and you're their star witness. Ambassador, you weren't on the call, were you?
And that's a good reason to be smiling, I'll tell you. He has a strong case. And this guy's had an incredible career. He's been respected by so many people. He's literally been our prime guy there for the past 6 different presidents in our... I mean, George W., I believe, was the one who installed him there. But he's a true diplomat. And he's being castigated by a guy with a serious hair problem. I don't know. I would get hair plugs for men if I were this guy, but I don't know. Is there a hair plugs for men? Yeah, and Jim Jordan, let's not forget, he's being investigated for not reporting a sex offender when he was a teacher in charge of a school. Today's shooter had a white dad and a Chinese mom. Okay, Tom, thanks for your input. Tom Cruise, everybody. I'm not calling it, he's going to be impeached. You believe he's going to be impeached. Now, you're a Republican who voted for Trump, but you think he will not be removed from president. Well, you're right. He won't be removed as president. I'm calling it he will resign. I'm a pretty psychic guy, and I saw the future many years ago, and I can tell you Pence will be our president. I assure you. Type in the word drill. Okay, let's take a look. We're going to do a search in the search terms at the Saugus High School. We're here there. I'm going to try drill. Oh, wow. There's a shakeout drill. There was a whole drill at that school October 17th. Look at that. They did a whole drill at the Saugus School, and now they're live with the entire event. It's like a real event. Wow. And that's off their own search engine. That's pretty clever there, Scissor Fight. Amazing. So just go to that site right there, folks, and type in the word drill. You'll have an interactive experience. You'll get to see the false flaggery. Okay, this more breaking news from Congress. Yeah, big time. We got a living show going on here every night. It never ends. It's so alive, we even showed you in the pre-show Jeffrey Epstein alive. This was taken 20 days after he allegedly died. And people are wondering, well, how is this possible? Well, because he was shuttled out of that location at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York, and he was given a ride to St. James Island, where he was there 20 days later. This is an actual photograph from a drone of Jeffrey Epstein at the St. James Island. Now here's a picture of the body of supposedly Jeffrey Epstein. As you can see, it's not him. The nose is curled. The ear is not the same ear. So Jeffrey Epstein is clearly alive. They're faking the whole thing. And when they said that he didn't kill himself in the coroner Michael Batten said he wasn't a suicide after all. That's another lie on top of a lie, so it defers you to the whole story being a lie. Well, take it one step further and realize that Jeffrey Epstein is alive. Yes. The shooter's name, we have his name. He's Amerasian. And his name is Nathaniel Berhow. Okay, thanks. No, noses generally don't get curled when they get broken. They get bent. Most noses are bent when they're broken. They're not curled. That's a different person, man. And why would you have a different earlobe? A lot of you are having a hard time with the idea that our country's lying to us. Hang on. Those are the F-35s, our strongest technology to defeat our enemy. You hear that sound? I saw one of them flying over my house because I live in an area where the Navy does sorties over my house. They test this equipment out. And I saw one the other day that was just a little bit laboring as it took off. It was like, shh. It's so slow when they take off. It's like, gosh, what if it just shuts down and it's just going to drop? It's like, that was a Raptor? No, they don't fly F-22s in my area. If anything, that was the F-18, the AE-18G. But it sure sounded like an F-35 to me. The AE-18G Growler versus the F-18, there's a big difference in the quality of these planes. They specially made them for the Navy. It's a type of F-18, but it's a derivative of the original F-18 design, and it's built to be the Growler. It handles a lot of stuff that normal F-18s can't handle. But that's what flies over my house every day, generally speaking. So you may be right. There it is. But we get F-35s too. And when I saw this F-35 over my house the other day, I was like, wow. It's so slow, I could barely even understand how it can even go forward. But sometimes they fly really fast and it's like 120 decibels, and they do affect me, yeah. It's not good for my peace of mind. I would normally live somewhere else, but Sarah has a really great job and I want her to be happy. And I don't mind being here. It's a minimal risk when I live under a really nice roof, and I've got noise dampeners in the house here, so. Okay, we'll bring in the news stories just as they come in. All right, let's take a look at this story here, brought to us by a guy who works at the CIA farm in McLean, Virginia. Apparently he likes our show enough that he's grabbing links for us and sending information in while he hacks us. I've converted so many hackers to this show, I can't tell you, that many people come in here hacking us and then they come back and watch the show and interact. It's not the first time this has happened. Okay, I added that to the lineup there. You don't have to keep posting it. Yeah, I just posted it. I am not a super robot. I can prove that. I am human. I have moles on my body, which you can identify. I have one on my neck here. You can see that. That's human. You're human too, but you're a clone. Yeah, you're a clone. I mean, clones have rights too. I'm not your father. No. So Misanthropy is doing a deep search on this guy who allegedly killed these two people and injured others. And here's his picture, but there's no information on his sister at all. Huh. This is a young man who is described as quiet, and they're claiming he opened fire and took a gun to his head. Nathaniel Berhow's mother, Mami Matsura. Okay. You've done some pretty close study of this guy. You didn't find anything on his sister. Okay, keep looking. Samantha Berhow. Yeah, these guys are doing deep research right now. I doubt he was a white nationalist. He's half Asian. It's highly unlikely that he's a white nationalist. See, all these stories they're spinning, it's all false flaggery. And again, we've proven to you already that they posted the story in advance. I'm not going to go to it. Well, I guess I already did go to his Facebook. They keep a timeline of all my activities wherever I go. Okay, I guess I'm looking at his Facebook right now. There's his Facebook. No picture. Okay, he wrote, me returning back to society after isolating myself to unhealthy process emotional trauma. Wow. That's weird. This looks more and more like this guy may have been an MK Ultra victim. The common thread among MK Ultra victims, like Jared Lee Loughner, remember him? He was gone for 2 weeks in a motel with some guy before he opened fire. Remember Mark David Chapman, the person who killed John Lennon? He was in a motel with a couple weeks with a guy, no one knows who, in Hawaii before he decided to go ballistic. It says he's returning back to society after isolating myself to unhealthy process. Sounds very weird. Sounds like he was taken apart in an MK Ultra. Yeah. Some people are very prone to that, And Samantha has a YouTube channel. The sister? Okay. Good to know. Thanks. I'm not going to really pursue this, but thank you. She has 5 subscribers. Wow. So he found his father's body last year dead in the house, and he was traumatized, and now he wants to kill people. This sounds more and more like a false flag every second, doesn't it? And a GoFundMe page was already created 5 hours ago. They're already trying to make money on this. And this is a common thread among all the false flags, too. They try to make money almost immediately. Here it is. Support Saugus high school students and staff. They already got $4,400 out of a $10,000 goal in donations. And how many of those dollars are coming from the government? You got to wonder, because all those dollars are not traceable. Hi, Sarah. How's it going?
Great.
Good.
How are you?
Good. Okay, this other news, breaking. Congress releases messages showing Tlaib asked campaign for personal money, announces investigation into her. So she was trying to get cash out of her campaign fund, according to this story. And the House Ethics Committee announced on Thursday that it's investigating Democratic Representative Rashida Tlaib over internal messages that she allegedly sent in 2018 asking her congressional campaign for more money for personal expenses, which is a potential crime. There it is. Could you please give me some more money? Oh, I'm running out. Oh, I'm sinking, she says. I'm sinking. Look at that. I'm struggling financially right now. I'm sinking. So she's literally trying to rob from her campaign fund to finance her luscious life. Wow. If a relative dies, it's not likely somebody's going to go killing somebody. It does seem ridiculous, Tom. And by the way, thanks for coming to our show. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Cruise, everyone.
Oh, awesome.
Thank you. Tom, you look great, by the way. I mean, you've kept your form. You have almost a youthful appearance still to this day. Here he is in 2019 with facial acne sores. Did you get too much sun in this picture?
No, you just ate too much chocolate.
Was this a day that you ate chocolate? Or what was going on with your face there, Tom?
That was right after the shoot of his stunt work where he had to look a little rough and gruff.
Well, it's strange. They're saying Scientologists consider him a deity at this point. Yeah, there's a whole story here. I don't want to get into the details, but hey, that's pretty amazing. But yeah, was it some sort of a skin disorder you were suffering from?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, you just washed your face in aloe vera juice or something? I mean, it looks like you had a little breakout there.
U4Moni says that's how you look if you follow Scientology.
Yeah, I'm 59. You look worse than me at 57. Yeah, and I look pretty bad. You can see how bad I look.
You look beautiful.
I know.
Great.
Just kidding. It's just I just say that to mess with people.
Always talk about your.
I'm kidding. I like to do self-deprecating humor. It makes me feel good. Okay, mind control Project MK Ultra will be discussed tonight. The technology of controlling your mind was developed many years ago, and our government has very little to talk about, but they are revealing it in this movie. The MK Ultra CIA experiment page. I will add that to our link tonight for our show. Thank you. It's a 1-hour show. I might not get to the whole thing, but oh well. Sarah's here. She's going to start the computer up and talk to you guys. I'm going to go serve some dinner up. Thank you, Ace Spade. His father's had an obituary. Yeah, we got that. Boy, you are really on this guy's history, this alleged shooter down in Saugus, California. Amazing. So I guess this takes our mind off of Trump for a while. There was no testimony today from anyone. We're all dealing with a dangerous job. Everything about what we do is dangerous. We fully know that. Building a third party in America against a corrupt two-party system is one of the toughest and most dangerous jobs out there. But she has another job, teaching children, which is, I wish they had more protection for teachers out there.
Well, we have fencing now.
Oh, good. They put new fencing in.
Yeah, fencing all the way around now.
Oh, good.
Well, it's only 4 foot, and people can lift their children over.
Well, it's something. I guess it's a barrier.
It is. I mean, at least when people see a fence, they're like, "Oh, I'll go another way."
I already got that link, so stop posting it. Thank you. Okay, it's an older document, but it's a good one, huh? How dare you? Okay. How dare you is a self-made man. He has 2 homes that he's worked hard for, and I just want to reiterate that in no way are you affiliated with Mark. All right, I made the mistake of accusing you of getting money from Mark, and that's not the case. You built your own life, and you worked hard, and you should be very proud of it. All right. Sarah and I are perfectly literate in that area, but we don't talk about things like that in our show. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. And I'm not a big fan of Mark. I posted our chat room in here, which he doesn't exactly have some nice things, but it has Mark made almost $1 billion censoring you.
From somebody named Guest.
Well, I mean, how many people are named Guest?
Go ahead and go after their...
No, I know their IP. I know their IP is because they posted in that chat room on our Cool Rock site. Mark is trying to, we don't understand why Mark is so hell-bent on stopping me, except that he's gotten nearly $1 billion from doing it. That's my suspicion. Okay, so Sarah's going to be with you guys while she develops the backbone of our future Linux system. And as she learns more, we will be much more equipped to give you guys a guest chat room, which you'll be able to get into, because I know a lot of you are frustrated that you can't chat in our show. We're trying to get something that will be open without any barriers. That's the big goal here, because we want freedom of speech around the world. Okay, I'm going to put the camera on you. There you go. I think that's good.
Okay. He had a man. He's got a boyfriend. Thanks. How dare you? Who is it? How dare you have another username or something? Is Mad Dog asleep? Well, maybe he's like, great, Sarah's gonna do the coding thing. She's just gonna talk to Miss Anthropy again. I'll leave now. Where's my mouse? That's not good. Where's... Maybe that mouse isn't working. There, that one's working. I'm gonna fix a couple things that David does that, like, he doesn't show the chat room at Twitch, and I'm like, why not? Isn't that the point? How nice do I want my PC speakers to be? Well, I guess, oh yes. Oh, Bose makes a decent set for $100, but if you want something more expensive, maybe you could build your own. You're looking at the clip. So is that with the clip you don't hear clips or shh? I tend to use Logitech as well. No. Do I seek out new ways every day to bore you to death? No. What's exciting to me, though, might not be exciting to you. I like that you are keeping that name for freedom of speech purposes. I'm gonna put this over here so then David can put a new battery in it. You're just excited to have me on. Thank you, Formoni. Yeah, I was just about to do one thing. Love. Sarah's never boring. Famous inventors of the 15th century trivia is always fun. I know you want me to do trivia. Now I'm working on code, and you wanting me to do trivia is like life testing me. Are you actually dedicated to doing the code, Sarah? And I say yes. Babylon 5 asks, Sarah, how many years have you been doing this morning? I have no idea how to answer that question. Am I working on IRC? Well, we already have a version of IRC over at americasthirdparty.com, which is, I don't know where David put that one. But anyway. Wow, okay, I'm going to start with that yay-syu. I'll just start with that. Oh wait, first I need to open, I'm going to go Alt Enter, that will open a new terminal. Then I'll do yay space SIU. Oh. Alright, I'll wait to do that when I leave. Oh, like at the very end of the day before I go to bed. Got it. Alright, so I'm going to go down to what we were talking about yesterday. I did do a little bit of NeoVim, and I appreciated you were saying that I needed to make sure that I saved. I'm so glad that I have the chat room up here, because then I can I double check before I actually do something. Because you're like, wait!
So you're going to update when I get back so you're not tied up? Is that the
Yeah.
deal? Okay.
Why are you slow? I'm not slow. It's pretty interesting responding to many chat rooms. Where did you put... Oh, that's weird. I want to sign in. Well, I was thinking that was working, but it's not. So, NVM config. Hopefully this is working. I have to open this up too. Great. My chat room isn't working over there. After all. Oh, you thought I got a haircut? I just have it all tied up. Tied back, busy bod. Oh, shouldn't I open up like Firefox and cut and paste? I don't know if that will work, but anyway. Okay. Yes. I had it so I could just type in what you were saying before, but it's kind of I was gonna download it into this Notepad++, what you're telling me to do, but well, not anytime soon. I don't think, A Spade. Maybe that's what David wants me to do, so that's why he always like says it every day. Alright, memorize this keyboard shortcut, Alt-Shift-R. You'll be needing that to reload your config to see the changes you make after every time you save. Alright. I don't need to do the config right now. Okay, you can't see it because I don't know why. Probably because no, I have internet access. But I did have it and I'm in the config file. Quick wait. Shouldn't you want me to do that? Okay, I'm just cutting and pasting what you tell me. I might have to actually enter them. I don't need to write any of this down. You're just going to tell me what it is. Maybe David's right, because my internet, my chat room is locked over there. Oh wait, here it comes. Finally. Okay, I do have it open. I know it doesn't show here, but it is open. And it says, starts with, this file has been auto-generated by i3-config-wizard1. It will not be overwritten, so edit it as you like. Should you change your keyboard layout sometime? delete this file, and rerun i3-config-wizard1. There we go. I don't know, it seems like sometimes this particular computer has internet access issues. Now I wonder if... Alright, just a sec. Alright, scroll down until I see a pound change. Start a terminal, kill mouse to focus window, start D menu, change focus. Got change focus. Comment out the lines of 4 lines below it. So I comment out by putting a hash in front of it. No. That did not work. Why did it do that? Do I have to do something to help me comment it out? Yeah, I know, but when I go to add a colon at the front, you don't see how it highlights everything instead of actually doing it? So maybe I'm not there. I'm here. No trivia. Oh, that's what I thought. Insert mode. Okay, got it. I love you too, don't worry, be happy. Sorry I'm not doing trivia. But I want to focus on learning programming. You love looking at my earlobe. Can you actually see me when I'm over here, or is my face cut off? Because I could just bring it over more, but then I don't know. Comment out the 2 sections below it. Alternatively, you can use cursor keys and move. Okay, change focus. Oh, I got it. All of these. Open an extra terminal window. Got it. In just a sec. And learn the shortcuts in the section below the ones you just commented out. You mean all right, like the mod shift left, move left, mod shift down, move down, mod shift up, move up, mod shift right, move right. Mod is my alt key. So I'm going to leave those not commented out. So I will have to hit Alt Shift left, Alt Shift left, down, up, right. If I wanted to do the focus window, I would do like I would leave the comments like, yeah, anyway. In the new window, I could try them out. Oh, got it. Oh, okay. What do I like? I don't know. David's shift control R. David, you're funny. I think David's gonna always watch from the other room now. He'll just be like, I'll watch Sarah code in the other room. And that, anyway. Horizontal and vertical. You're getting sleepy, very sleepy. I like the fall leave emoticon, ace spade. Okay. change container layout. I commented out those. Oh, right. Oh,
Could you help me assemble this?
yes. No. Get that.
It's got to lift the top up a little bit. There you go. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Got it. Set this under here.
You think that one's already commented out. Focus to child container.
Sorry.
Okay. Don't. Oh. Wait. Oh, goodness, did that? Yeah, true. Just a sec. I got something because this darn thing froze on me. Vaughn Live. Don't comment out. Switch to workspace. I know, Meta is not. If you've saved it, I would love if you copy down the don't uncomment out the switch to workspace section, but that's okay. Let me find it. Don't uncomment out those, okay? Xenu, I guess you're not there yet. Okay, now scroll down and comment. Or reload the configuration file. Can I put an enter just to make it look better? Okay, got it. Oh, this darn thing. The chat is not saving on me. Oh, this sucks. Wait. Okay, now scroll down. Oh wait, maybe I got that. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be frustrated and worried, but I just have to see. Got it. Because it stops on me. Maybe it did it now. Finally, I don't know, it's like it just kind of stuck. Okay, I don't find the start, that one you said. Resize window. I think I'm at the bottom of the configuration file. And I don't see, I see start iBar, finds out if available. Set colors. Resize, left restrings back to normal, press left. Width, height, resize mode thing. Resize window. Do I need to comment out all of the ones that say like find sim J resize shrink width 10 pixels or 10 ppt and pressing K or K resize growth height? Well, okay. Is it time for trivia? No, it's not time for trivia. I will comment all those. Got it.
Okay.
Oh wait, what about back to normal? I guess all of those, huh? Okay, got it. I'll just comment out everything. All right, just go ahead and give me the instructions. David can take over, but I'll just keep going.
Why do you play such really outdated links? And you know what I don't understand is David is thirsty. He keeps sending these links, and I've been kicking him out quite a bit. And it occurred to me that this guy is actually trying to get people to click on his links so that he could become rich. Yeah, I think somebody paid this guy to come in and use this as an ad format. I'm serious. He's a total troll. Yeah, every time he comes in, he does this, so I'm going to ban him. Something's not right about that. This is all wrong. I should be in school. How dare you? Poochie says this is horrible. What a horrible, boring show. I totally agree. It's not fun because Sarah can't do both. She has to learn code virtually one by one.
Oh, I didn't want to do replace. Oh, I accidentally hit.
You know, she accidentally hit something that any kind of error will kick this into a, it won't work. Okay, Dairy King wanted to know when I was coming back. Thank you. I'm just reading the chat I missed. Okay. Remember to press I first to enter inert mode.
Yeah, but if I'm in replace mode, do I just hit I and it'll take me back? Because I think it replaces it with an I.
Yeah, you don't want to replace it with an I, because if she put an I in there, that was an error in the code, and that would automatically make it not work.
No,
All right.
I'm in replace mode, so how do I, maybe I do Q?
I had to scan the chat. Sorry, everyone. I was busy. All right. Are you hitting on somebody here? Don't worry, be happy. Are you like trying to romance someone in the room? Escape, enter, press escape key to exit any mode. And then you go back into I if you want to go to inert mode.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Sorry, I'm being nosy. He will find his way. She may be into it. Who are you talking about? Yeah, don't worry, be happy. Who are you referring to? Oh, the hair is just, it's a different style. Yeah. I parted it on a different side today. This is the other side. If you'd like, I can switch it around.
I was just.
Would you rather have Sarah for a few hours while I switch it around?
No. Oh, that's where I did insert. Oh, I can also hit the insert key on my keyboard.
Right.
Because I went insert on my keyboard and that sent me to the replace mode. Got
Okay,
it.
good.
Well, I learned something.
Yeah, there you go. So Nancy Pelosi is ready to go. She said, our job is to shape public opinion, and House Democrats aren't obsessing over the impeachment polls. Well, the polls are looking good. It looks like impeachment's going forward. It doesn't see any stopgaps. They've got all the 12 witnesses to verify that Donald Trump indirectly knew what was going on. He wanted dirt on Joe Biden. And that was, even though he said it was not a quid pro quo, it was a quid pro quo. Yes, this is my real hair. I inherited it when I was born from my parents. Very much like your hair from your parents. What do you mean no more of this? What do you mean? We're learning the nuts and bolts and coding of the backbone of Linux. I'm learning vicariously. I enjoy just being around it. I get a kind of a feeling.
I've always wondered why supervillains.
I get a feeling that it's a good feeling to know that other people are working on technology around me. I always like to hang around technologists. I used to do that. We used to go to conventions just to hang out. Okay, I got the video. Thanks. Don't worry, be happy.
Okay, I think I'm there.
So you were encouraging somebody to go for a woman. Who is the woman that you're hooking up here? Thanks, Daryl. It's about climate change and cloud seeding. That's just what we need to talk about. Obviously, they've been doing cloud management and weather modification since the 1940s. 1946 was the first cloud seeding operation.
Okay.
Oh, well, when that part is done, just save it and we'll finish editing it when you come back. I need to do something real quick anyways, like maybe eat another pound of candy.
He actually likes garlic, and he ate broccoli and carrots and cabbage the other day in his teriyaki soup.
Good. Even though the salt was probably a couple thousand milligrams, he doesn't care because he's thin and he doesn't care about salt. Well, you go for it, man. I'm glad your diet's picking up a little bit. Yeah, you don't want to eat the sugar all the time. And it goes to everybody out there, sugar is a killer. It's one of the biggest threats to humanity right now is sugar. It's not nuclear weapons, it's sugar. And carbohydrates make sugar in your body if they sit for long hours and melting in your stomach.
Save it.
Yep, sugar and salt, bad for you. Sugar, they say, is worse than salt. They did a comparison. They found out that people who have high salt in their diet don't have high cholesterol. But people who have high sugar in their diet have high cholesterol. So
got it.
there you have it.
Thank you.
Carbohydrates are sugars, correct.
How did you know all this?
Well, you know, we're here to talk about what's on your mind politically, and I can't really give you the politics up front unless I take a look at the people that are behind the politics. And the look you get when you have 12 witnesses and the confidence in a lifetime of respected service. These two men are the bastions of authority right now in this impeachment hearing. And I got to say, good job, guys. Good job. And I love the way Adam Schiff pulled a fast one. And it's perfectly fine. It's legal to not have the whistleblower testify. Because remember, the whistleblower's primary purpose was to actually get the ball rolling and find out who knew what. It's not, and for the Republicans to fixate on the whistleblower shows you their lack of awareness and how it affects the outcome of this impeachment hearing. The Republicans don't know what they're doing. They're like a day late and a dollar short.
Just let go for just a second. Thank you.
They're like a day late and a dollar short. They're still going after Strzok and trying to sue him when their own president is being impeached right before their very eyes. And then, all we need is 3 senators, 3 Republican senators. That's all we need to get a silent, sealed vote for the impeachment in the Senate. That's what a new group is pushing. They're pushing for a sealed vote in the Senate so that the only people that know who you voted for will be you, the senators, and you'll have a chance to really do what you want regarding Donald Trump, and the real vote will come out, because there's nothing fairer than a sealed vote where no one knows who else is voting and what they're voting. Because normally a vote like this, somebody says yes or no in front of you, it affects what you're going to do. The sealed vote, it totally seals the deal, yeah. And they only need 3 Republican senators to do that. Now, I know there's 3 Republican senators that are pissed off at Donald Trump for completely evacuating from the Kurds and giving them no support, logistical support, when he took off. I personally think there are 3 solid Republicans that understand that Donald Trump is taking our policies in a different direction. I don't know who that is, but I'll find out. Hey, but the guy doing the voice in the video that says a speech impediment, his R's sound like W's. That's fine. I don't care. Okay, go ahead. Whoa, this is bizarre. This woman No, I'm not going to even talk about it. I'll talk about it later when Sarah's not here.
I'll leave now.
Okay, well, dinner's on the stove.
Thank you.
Sure.
We'll see.
I like your name, Coffee. That's good.
I might have to come in later and do that yay thing again.
VA.
My ex and some friends weren't moving correct, so I cut them off. A lot of you don't like me and I don't like you, so there's no love lost.
Hey, I told you not to send me rap, and I mean it. So no more rap, and no more promoting videos.
No, I don't like you, and you don't like me, so no love is lost.
That's right. No more rap, and it's hurtful because it creates racial disharmony here. Now, I'm more than inclined to have a racial a rap session, a racial rap session. We go hip hop, the hippity to hippity hip hip to hop. You don't stop rocking as the band stops playing. Sing up, chuck the boogie to the band to the boogie to beat. We go hip hop, rhubarb, Scooby Doo. Guess what, America? I love you. Sugar Hill Gang, yeah, modified. But no, seriously, we don't like that stuff here. So don't keep coming back here and posting that crap in the show. If you want to do hip hop, that's fine. I'm cool with hip hop. But, Cool Rock doesn't hang with rap. When we do the show, when we got a backbeat going on, man, it's all good. You got the drum set here. You got the piano. We got the drums over here. You can interact. You can interact with a robot over here. That's a nice retort. I talk to communicate with the robot through digital code this way. Music is a much better conveyance. This way I talk to the algorithm communicating with the inner circle of AI. I don't have to communicate through words, I can communicate through channels of information. Following various angles and trajectories, we can attain our higher level of thought. This metacognitive ability is human in nature, but has been adapted through the AI model to operate through abstract notions of different time and space configurations. We can do all kinds of things on this site. It's kind of cool. So go to Cool Rock and hang out. You can move anything you want around on the page. It's yours to play around with. And I just added a button to our Twitch show. Play Iron Butterfly. I wish I could do that, always tell the truth, but I can't. Iron Butterfly is a program that I am unable to acquire through YouTube. It is a monetized song, and I will be monetized if I do that. Click on your Twitch channel and you can get there. This is the best thing about Cool Rock, I think. Chat Room Celebrity found this on the internet, and it's the coolest thing, Web Oasis. And it's got drop-down menus to every aspect of the internet, and this is your gateway to the internet, all of you. And over here is an arcade button that they created. And these are the coolest arcade games. They got pinball, racing. You can even have a zombie game, Zombie 1 and Zombie 2. And oh man, it's just, and they keep coming. Look at, they've got Counter-Strike in there. They just added Counter-Strike. So it's a great button at the top of the Cool Rock right over here. And Scraplet's a great host too. If you ever want to get an account at Scraplet, they offer free accounts. So, and it's the best thing about Scraplet is you can move anything you want around and adjust it. And you just have to hit the refresh button. It'll pop right back into place. We've got all kinds of good buttons down here, like song lyric generator. You can sing songs. I've got it tuned into, I think, REM, but you can set it for any song ever created and add your own words. You can record a song at Bokaroo, which is amazing. You've got your computer as a recording instrument this way. World Clocks gives you the breakdown of how often the world's dying. The rainforests are dying. It's really interesting stuff. Foods worldwide. If you're hungry or aren't hungry and you want to generate an appetite, this is the way to go. Just travel around this site. You can virtually explore the map anywhere in the world. Here's couscous, martab, curry. Look at these curry dishes you can just start looking at. These are all traditional dishes in the region of India. The team curry stems from Tamil word curry and denotes a variety of dishes prepared in a thin soup-like spiced sauce. Curry can mean two things: a stew of curry spiced meat, fish, or vegetables that is traditionally served with either rice, bread, or cornmeal, or a dish seasoned with either curry powder or curry paste, both of which usually consist of turmeric, cumin, coriander, chilies, and fenugreek. I gotta get some of that fenugreek, man. That looks really fun. So that's just one of the many aspects of the site that's cool, and if you want to go back and enjoy it, feel free. Yeah, I've got lots of different things. I just added a little chat room here. I don't want to read some of those things. They're a little weird. Anyway, thank you for letting me share my cool rock side. Don't drink water in India, really? Ahmed, yes. I understand there are a lot of people named Ahmed out there. You sound like a Patel. I am not from Pakistan. I know I look a lot like many Pakistan men, but I'm not in any way from... I'm more Norwegian. You are too connected. I am? Probably get mentioning the green screen shackiness. You don't like the green screen effects we're getting here? I'm so sorry. David, you look Mongolian. I have a Native American history in me. And people say, David, why didn't you just lie like Elizabeth Warren and claim you were an Indian and get free education? Because I'm not a liar. But apparently she is, and she got a free education claiming she was Cherokee Indian when she has less than half of 1%. And you can tell from this Algonquin Indian picture, I look a lot like this guy. I'll bring you his picture in so you can look at it. You know, they say that Native Americans didn't want their picture taken because it would take away their spirit. But this is an Algonquin Indian chief. And he apparently was pretty pissed off in this picture because he had a rough day. He had to grab 3 rabbits and cut them up and eat them in order to get enough food to walk the distance to this stupid photographer who'd forced him to take this stupid picture. I'm just channeling with this guy, and he's like, white men have killed great nation, have destroyed the planet, and made our people alcoholics. I don't know, man. I just feel so sorry for so many Native Americans that you could see the facial resemblance, right? Whatever. Hey, I just thought I'd give you a little background on my history. Now, back to you. The Democratic Star Witness sat on board of Ukrainian NGO with deep ties to George Soros. I'd be remiss in not presenting the truth about William Taylor. His entire background is speckled with George Soros connections. He is kind of a New World Order puppet. I do acknowledge that, but we have a bigger enemy to fight right now. It's called Russia. And I'm more than willing to sit back and allow this New World Order puppet with ties to George Soros to tell me the truth, which he's doing, about Donald Trump. I'm okay with that. As long as the greater good comes out of this. Because the last thing we need to do is have our nation taken over by Russia. On Tuesday, the 15th page opening statement from William Taylor, who some are calling the Democrat Star Witness, was leaked and reported by legacy media outlets. Ambassador William Taylor is thought to be a linchpin in the case by proponents of the impeachment inquiry, while Republicans are stating that he has no direct evidence of a quid pro quo with Ukrainian President Zelensky. And it's true, he doesn't have direct evidence, but there's a combined 12 witnesses with direct and indirect evidence. The big linchpin is that Sondheim will testify coming up, I think, Thursday. Ambassador Sondland. Yes, he will be testifying coming up, I think, Thursday. And they're going to find out if he corroborates the information that has been stated by his assistant, that Donald Trump was on the phone talking about how he wanted to get this thing accomplished. He wanted the dirt on Joe Biden. And this is basically a pivotal point in which his testimony will play a big part in what the outcome will be.
Aren't really focused on the things that matter to people. Look, I was on the phone call. I'm on almost every phone call with the president, with every world leader. The president has every right to have these set of conversations. I know precisely what the United States Department of State, indeed sitting in front of you, is the previous ambassador to Ukraine. Mm-hmm. We know exactly what we were doing there. We were trying to create a situation where it wouldn't be a corrupt government, right? We wanted to make sure that they didn't interfere in our election in 2016. We wanted to make sure that if we underwrote Javelin missile systems, something that the previous administration refused to do, we wanted to make sure that we were doing this with a government that was straight up.
Former CIA Director Mike Pompeo, former CIA.
Use that money for those are the kinds of things that we do when we're trying to deliver on behalf of the American people appropriately.
Okay, so in other words, you're delivering this through what filter? Because we have evidence that you lie.
I was the CIA director. We lied, we cheated, we stole. It was like we had entire training courses. It reminds you of the glory of the American experiment.
What is that? Lying to the American people about Donald Trump working to get dirt on Joe Biden and trade our $400 million in support, vital support to Ukraine when they needed it most against Russia? What I heard in the testimony the other day from these two men, if you dig deep into that entire thing, you'll find out that these two people have solid evidence of involvement of Donald Trump. When you have 12 people that sign off on a statement, albeit it may not be exactly what Trump said, verbatim, because it was heard through various sources, we have to ask ourselves, why is there no audio recording of the conversation? Why are we relying on people like Pompeo and others trying to spin the story as Republicans continue to try to make it seem like Donald Trump can do no wrong, when Donald Trump has shown 5,000 lies so far since he's become president, and he still won't show his tax returns? I mean, this is absurd. Why are the Republicans standing behind Trump when he's hiding? Because that's what they do. They lie. That's what they do. They're liars. And Pompeo's lying for Trump right now.
I was the CIA director. We lied, we cheated, we stole. It was like we had entire training courses.
You did, yeah. And we're sick and tired of the lies out of the Republican Party. And you people are clinging to power because you want to retain power, not because it's the best thing for this country. And that's the sad truth about this entire thing, the way they're doing it. I think it's going to last another couple of weeks, minimum. Always tell the truth. He asked how long these hearings are going to last. Our country is definitely trying to correct its ways, but again, with no solid push by oversight of any kind with the Donald Trump cabinet, we're still stuck with this incredible problem of a president. Sorry. A problem of a president. Okay. Well, this is interesting. You rarely talk about non-binary activists, but gosh, here's one. A non-binary activist who served on Oregon's school board has resigned. Queerly Brandy told children all cops are bastards. Wow. Fortson frequently shared Antifa content, including thread which mocked my beating. Fortson was also expressed support for prostitution. Wow. Okay, well, thanks for sharing. Yeah, it's always good to get a little off story in the binary. I didn't even know what that term meant. Well, Sarah brought these gnats in. I'm just getting the risk. I'm the exterminator. I get rid of them every day. Every single day. Could you stop writing each other tweets? Thanks. Turkey's Erdogan provided Trump documents on General Flynn that he wrote about connected to Obama and the Clinton Foundation. Okay, thanks, Jim. Jim Hoff to Twitter is just amazing. It's yeah. Let's take a look at the link here. General Flynn gets justice. Turkey's Erdogan provided President Trump documents on the terrorist General Flynn wrote about connected to Obama and Clinton Foundation. Well, good. I'm glad we're finding out more about the terrorist Michael Flynn. Yeah, well, he was working for Russia, so I don't know. I can't really call him a terrorist. Okay. The Gulen people, a shady Islamic mullah residing in Pennsylvania, whom former Clinton once called his friend. Right? Are we still working on it? Because Trump, Betsy DeVos is supporting the mullah Gulen. Gulen and his madrasas across the country, so it's bipartisan. I don't even understand where you're going with this. But that's your problem. Okay, so we're going on and going to check out the impeachment primer. Where does the impeachment inquiry go from here? Well, the House representatives will vote largely along party lines to officially open an impeachment. So pretty much it's moving forward. These are the players coming up. Mike Mulvaney, who they said is trying not to actually testify and using some sort of an attempt to block it by joining a lawsuit claiming executive privilege. Now, Mike Mulvaney already said there was quid pro quo. Taters and sausage, that's nice. They feed you well at the farm. Yeah. Good. Well, you probably need that orange soda you love so much out of the machine. And now he'll say, how did you know I like orange soda so much? Watch. It's amazing. It's phenomenal how I'm able to actually look into the lives of these people just by reading their chat. It's like a chat dar I use. All right. Hey, that looks like fun, but I'm not going to get stressed out by that. You like Orange Crush too? Yeah. We might get it done by Christmas. I hope so. I know that John Bolton is another major thorn in Donald Trump's side because John Bolton said there was a drug deal going on between Mike Mulvaney and Giuliani. He said, I'm not going to get involved in that drug deal. So now I'm beginning to think that Mike Mulvaney was doing a drug deal with the Ukrainian government. I know. You heard about that? So there's allegations of drug dealing going on by Michael Bolton. Excuse me, John Bolton. Michael Bolton is a singer. Sorry, Michael. He's got a better mustache than you do. Anyway, the next phase, Congress returned November 11th. That's right. And they started the hearings. Sondland is going to be talking. Sondland. He'll give his 2 bits. If he does corroborate the story that Gordon Sondland had heard Donald Trump on a speakerphone and his assistant had heard the same sound, the assistant is probably going to be called in to testify too. She heard Donald Trump say he wanted to get everything he could find out about Joe Biden before they gave him the money. The right is so full of hate because they have no appreciation for the rule of law. They're willing to hide behind their lust for Donald Trump to be right than to actually apply the rule of law here and let the impeachment take place. They're trying to stop the impeachment out of anger that somehow the Democrats even have a portion of population behind them. Remember, Donald Trump cheated to become our president. And he knew that he knew he was cheating with Russia's help, and he didn't tell the FBI. That alone is an indictment and impeachable offense. This week, the Democrats are going to bring up bribery, possible bribery in the Trump administration. And I hope they bring up Betsy DeVos's $9.5 million that she gave Donald Trump and $200 million that she gave the Republican National Committee in order to become Secretary of Education. That is just as damnable as Rod Blagojevich of Chicago, and when he got a 14-year sentence for that type of behavior. So I think bribery is definitely another linchpin in this impeachment process. If Donald Trump took bribes, if money came from foreign leaders like the Ukrainian leaders gave Michael Cohen $500,000, the Russians gave Michael Cohen, I believe, $17 million, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure how that worked out, but Michael Cohen was playing both sides and taking money from both the Ukrainian leaders, Artemenko and his people, and he was taking money from the Russians as well. So, and I understand Poroshenko even donated some money to him as well. So a lot of things were very, very... Michael Cohen's testimony is necessary, in my opinion. I don't see how they can proceed in this impeachment trial without bringing Michael Cohen to the witness stand. And he said he has a lot more dirt on Trump and the Russians. He openly said he's willing to talk about a plea deal and get out of jail because he has so much dirt. And remember, Michael Cohen was the guy that said that he felt he got threatened by Trump. He said a death threat by Trump. He said that to the press, that he had a death threat by Trump. So he's probably in protective custody in the jails. And I just hope Michael Cohen is safe, because he could be the linchpin in this entire case. Yeah, I'd give you some pro cams. Yeah, we'll be, as you know, guest chat has been taken down off of iBlog like I predicted it was going to be. And I've been making these statements for some time about how guest chat has virtually been hijacked over there. And I believe that Mark has bought the entire iBlog network. He has enough money to do that. Mr. Cohen, he has not suicided, and I certainly hope he doesn't. I just pray that he's under protective custody, and I would ask of Adam Schiff if he has any serious effort going on here. You know, he's got 12 witnesses, but he really needs Michael Cohen's testimony. And this guy, really, I respect William Taylor. I think he's done a great job expressing his concerns about the country and as it relates to Ukraine and Russia. He did a brilliant job of outlining our national defense and how we have a strong ally in Ukraine, and we need to look at that as a long-term goal. And that man really came off very well, in my opinion. No, you keep saying that about our former presidential, our FLOTUS, and I resent what you're saying. I refuse to allow you to say bad things about Nancy in honor of Ronald Reagan.
It's an honor to say good things about Ronald Reagan. And Nancy was an excellent assistant in every way.
Yeah, all the guest chats have been removed, in case you guys didn't notice, over the past 3 years. And that's because they don't want me to have interaction with the world at large. They're shutting us down as we continue toward the 2020 election. You're seeing a slow shutdown of our show from all the venues. That's why you guys are putting up with Sarah doing the work on Linux, because we believe Linux will be the best and strongest platform to deal with the hackers as we provide a brand new open chat room, which is our goal. A worldwide open chat room that's safe and secure for all of you so that you won't be attacked by each other. So these are big plans that we have. So we're in the beginning stages of finally recognizing we have a need for this. And I'm glad that Sarah's taking this on. It's not easy. Well, we're trying to pull you down because you're kind of a menace here, Howie. You no longer have any relevance sometimes.
I don't believe that Ronald Reagan was ever racist. I don't believe that Ronald Reagan ever said a dang racist thing in his entire life.
So now you've got pro-cams. How dare you? Okay? But we are seeing, look at the show over there at iBlog, is because guests can't chat, we're now down to like 7 or 8 chatters. We were up at like 28 chatters a while back, and then the guest system was shut down. And then iBlog has been suffering ever since. So you can still get our video signal over there, which is about the only thing that's good for. Or can you? Yeah, you can. You can see me at my show over there. How dare you? But then the other chat doesn't work. Oh, wonderful. It's a trick to getting it to start. You actually have to start the other chat, and then you have to wade through this disclaimer from Mark saying he's poor. And there's no way he could be poor when he's got hundreds of millions of dollars. He says, tap here to donate. You know, it's like, okay. And then we're getting in the chat room. I open up pop-out chats on the side. And then hit refresh here. Hopefully that'll work. No. So I have to open up another chat room to get Cool Rock to open now. We'll have a fix for this someday soon, but it's definitely a problem now. Day by day. Huh. Yeah, it's next phase. So we'll be having Sondland testify first. Bolton probably will be next.
Two days later, September 7th, I had a conversation with Mr. Morrison, in which he described a phone conversation earlier that day between Ambassador Sondland and President Trump. Mr. Morrison said that he had a sinking feeling after learning about this conversation from Ambassador Sondland. According to Mr. Morrison, President Trump told Ambassador Sondland he was not asking for a quid pro quo. President Trump did insist that President Zelensky go to a microphone and say he is opening investigations of Biden and 2016 election interference.
Wow. That's the linchpin there. The fact that Trump said that, and it was overheard that he said that on a phone call by his assistant. So she'll testify, and that'll be the final word, an actual person who heard the phone call. And again, I have to reiterate the same question. Why do we not have any phone records of Donald Trump? I can see that my show is buffering. Okay, let's take a moment, reprieve, and ask the big question. Did Larry Sinclair have oral sex with Barack Obama in a limousine in Gurnee, Illinois in 1999? As well as smoke crack while having oral sex. Let's listen in.
Where Senator Obama exited the limousine with $250, which was provided to him by me. Returned a short while later with an 8-ball of cocaine, which he gave to me. I did ingest a couple of lines of cocaine, and shortly thereafter, Senator Obama produced a glass cylinder pipe and packet of crack cocaine from his pocket. Obama then smoked the crack cocaine. I performed fellatio on Senator Obama in the limousine during the time Senator Obama was smoking crack cocaine, after which I had the driver take me to my hotel, the Comfort Suites, Gurnee, Illinois.
Okay, his word is his... Whoa.
You're listening to virtual interactive chat like you've never heard before. We are discussing issues from both sides of the political spectrum every night. Join us as we take on the two-party system.
Okay, so that's my close off at the end of the night. When you reach the 1 o'clock hour, at the end of the show ends with that closer. So Biden blasts in action on guns, saying he's tired of prayers. You notice these guys, these two-party guys, never talk about false flags. You notice Biden never mentions Zionism, except to say he's a Zionist. Yeah. Well, I can tell you, that's pretty sad that the guy snorted and had hair transplants. Well, you notice that Larry was sniffing 3 times during that time period? That he did say those things? Yeah. Anyway, Joe, get out of the whole gun control thing if you want to win the election. Do yourself a favor. Yeah, if you keep going down that line, you're not going to win the election against Donald Trump. All right, thank you. Gee, I wish I could give Donald Trump and Joe Biden some tips, but the best I can do is just have them copy my ideas like they do on our show. Pence will turn on Trump. You think Trump is gay and he finds Pence attractive and being turned on by him? Okay. So Pence is going to turn Trump on, is what you're saying. That's kind of weird. I don't even know what to think about that. But I want to bring this up. This is a very strange accusation by a woman named Titania McGrath. Tweet that she said that men who have sexual dreams about women are guilty of dream rape and should turn themselves into the police. I can't imagine anyone agreeing with that. Please, Mr. David said, I agree. Pence and Trump do things together, Mr. David. I've seen the proof. So you're saying, please, Mr. David, this guy for the CIA clone that I've been courting in our room, he actually has seen proof in the show that Donald Trump and Pence are gay. I am really free. Come on. Now you're pulling our leg. Yeah. That's just BS, and you know it. You don't even remember your parents. You don't even know your name. You believe you've seen these two men doing some things. How did you see these? On a photograph on the wall? Or did they play a TV show of Donald Trump and Mike Pence getting it on? Not at your desk? It's not your division? That's a different division of the farm that you're at? Okay. Thanks for sharing. Everything is beautiful in its own special way. I don't know how long the hearings will last. I really don't. And I don't even know how long we'll last talking about these hearings. They're so boring. Funny farm? No, there's a guy in McLean, Virginia at the CIA farm that they train people at. He comes in here, he hacks our show. His IP was identified as McLean, Virginia, so we're pretty sure he's one of these recruits pretending to be some clone or something. Oh, you were being yelled at by your superiors today? I lied and I said I tried? Well, I told you you'd run into problems with your superiors. Yeah. They're pissed off that you haven't been able to stop us. You see, what happened, in my opinion, this is just my assessment, is Mark, they found out, they gave Mark an inordinate amount of money. And thank you guys for watching us. We got 147 guests at Vaughn. Thanks. They know that Mark got a lot of money, way more than he probably deserved. And they're a little upset that he didn't get the results they wanted for me to stop. They desperately wanted me to stop the show because they want to stifle the free speech movement and, of course, the grassroots effort I put in to create this centrist political format where we're right in the middle of the political spectrum, and they're very, very threatened. So they put this idea together to have what appears to be a targeted attack from one of their clone hackers at the farm. Kind of an in-house deal where they can save money. That's what it looks like to me. That's just my take on it. They do not like you, Mr. David. Exactly. Because they're paid to not like me. You're given food and clothing and a place to live while in your wherever you are by these people, and you don't get much money in return. And in the process, they've got this cloned hacker that you are attacking me, and they still can't stop me. And you're very good at what you do. I mean, it took a while for us to get our chat going the other night. We had all kinds of help from other people. We don't know how it happened, but this guy can knock out our chat room like that, throwing some code in there. The technology's there to do that. And he's been doing it, and they're unhappy with the results. I'm just telling you guys what's happening. This is an original police chase of 4 minutes long. Why is that important to you? What's so special about it? The guy gets out,
End Lane. It's taken a right onto Chichester Grove and then right again.
I don't think that's worth watching. Yeah, and the deep state is targeting me, Club Kid, because Donald Trump is, as you know, owned by the deep state. They don't want anyone to interrupt him. But Donald Trump has been stealing my ideas for the past 5 years, and we've seen it in a chat room. We've seen him take the wall idea, and it's actually a fence idea I came up with, a 1,000-mile fence, which I've now advanced to a container fence concept. But this idea can be done for $1 billion, and I'm promoting this idea now, but the idea of 1,000 miles was originally measured by me in 2008. I'm the originator of the idea. And it's a certain number of areas that are vulnerable to people migrating across the border and creating a huge problem. Thank goodness Beto O'Rourke is out of the race. That was a big hassle, him trying to take down the wall. Yes, they do want to stop me. And you have $899, but you cannot retire anyway. You can't go anywhere. I know you're plotting your escape, but you're not going to get out of that place. That's one of the most heavily guarded areas in the country, man. You must be out of your mind. Yeah, whatever you're doing, and I don't know what capacity you are, and if you're serving a life sentence or something, because you may be at Supermax, stationed at the CIA. I don't know. There's all these people that are hackers that are required to do this work for the government. But when I addressed your IP as McLean, Virginia, I'm assuming you're at that location. But what's interesting is that they're allowing you to talk to me like this. That's the part that doesn't make any sense at all. Why would they allow you to talk to me? I mean, I would think they'd shut down your chat privileges. Well, of course they know. They can read this chat just like you or I. It's pretty interesting having a guy like this. Anyway, so we've got ideas that Donald Trump has taken and used as his own. Even the idea of a safe zone, that's my concept. And every time I mention a safe zone, I don't talk about just making a deal with Putin and Erdogan like Trump is. I talk about a very highly developed technology source that could guard our nation against attack, or any nation against attack. And we could help this with a lot of our friends and neighbors around the world. Okay, enough of this. Let's go back to cowbell. Okay, thank you. We do bring cowbell into the show whenever things get kind of cartoonish. Oh, hi, Sarah.
Hello.
Got Sarah's coming in the show now. They're not going to get any results. Tell them that I am untrollable and they're wasting their time. Tell them I'm untrollable and you're wasting their time. The format we use is so resilient. We can pop up on numerous other chat rooms. Just besides this one, we can open up many others. There's no way they're going to stop me. All right. There are more people on this, yes. We know that. Dave, do you ever feel like you missed your calling as a guy who checks the ride heights at Disneyland? You know, I always liked ride height people, you know. I remember going on Autopia, one of the coolest rides at Disneyland. I showed Sarah Autopia, but the fumes coming up from the Autopia ride were too much for us to go on the ride. It was just nothing but air pollution. But they have a height requirement at Autopia. Tom, are you 5'7"? Wow, so you fit the height requirement. So I don't think this is really Tom Cruise.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he talks about himself in third person. He says, "Yeah, Tom Cruise is 5'7". He would say, "I'm 5'7" if he really was Tom Cruise." But okay, I'm going to do something with my hair. I'll be back in a little while.
I tried the SYU, but it didn't work yet. It had a lot of timed out connections. So I will do it again when I finish this evening. Okay, back into the config file. One moment. I feel like David just added a whole bunch of things. There we go. Alright, to open... Just a sec. What to open... David actually is not lurking in the kitchen because I have the computer that he normally lurks on right in front of me. Just one moment. To open the config file, don't I do niv home? I wonder if I could just go up arrow. Okay, that worked. Make sure the screen, full screen, it should be. So I'm not full screen yet, I guess. Alright, so if I go full screen, it did not pull it up full screen, that's what you're saying. All your base will belong to me. School of Typing. Kind of. Shall I shut down and restart? Hi, Trump. Mercy Wing. Good night. Always tell the truth. Good night. Not yay, Sarah. Yay, S by you. Haha, just kidding. I love you too. I love you all too. Well, I know David would say, what? Let me find that. Yeah, I see that right here. Got it. This is my time to myself. Okay, just a sec. Also comment out the excess log. Got it. Ruby Rod. Oh wait, what? The exact no startup, that one. Comment out. Got it. Okay. I think that's it. Wait, network manager. What about the... Oh, yes, that's it. Okay. Ruby Rod was an awesome character. Running C++ games? Not yet. Maybe eventually I'll run C++ games, but not yet. There's a film called The Fifth Element. Yeah, I remember The Fifth Element. Chris Tucker. Oh, yeah, I do vaguely recall Chris Tucker in it. Wait. I'll scroll all the way to the bottom. Wait. Alright, one moment. I'll tell you when I'm there. I'm looking for the one that says start a terminal. Got it. And I'm changing I3 sensible terminal to URXBT. I will tell you when I'm done with that. So it should still say exact execute. And scroll all the way to the bottom. Okay, I think I'm done with whatever you told me to do. I follow directions well, I think. You've gone through 20 different names for the Thai comments? Oh, because you made comments about David's ties, so you had to change your name 20 different times. You were at How He Did It 817, but now you're at How He Did It 837. You definitely are persistent, Howie. That's true. Do you text? Do you call? Do you wait for a good time? I'm not sure. Well, obviously, I mean, you must have over 800 Howies. This one's 837, so... Sure, and I can clear the chat if you wish. You're welcome, don't worry, be happy. I guess I could scroll up to figure out what you're talking about. Yes, I do see that. laughing. Execute. That's funny, Mozart. Is it rare? I think I'm honest. Yes. I do see that, yeah. That you had me comment out last time, I think. Oh, got it. Oh, wait. Oh, goodness. All right, 3 lines. I think I'm waiting for the 3 lines. Oh, I'm so sorry you have a lying brother. Yes, I am ready to add the next 3 lines. And this goes after the final... Does this go after the final bracket? At the very bottom? Down there. Okay, got it. All right. Great, got the commented lines, disabled title, disabled window title bars. And I got the for window one, and I uncommented, yes, I uncommented disable window title bars because it's telling me, I'm telling it, this is, isn't that what it's going to do, right? Like it's a commented one. All right. Sarah is so 007. One day I will be. Oh, But for now, I just have to spell the word for correctly. All right, that's fine. It's funny that little upper whatever one, and then the dot and the star that looks like a little face, like a winking, like for the window called. Save that file, Sarah. Okay, to do it, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna press escape, I'm gonna type :W to write it. And then I'm going to hit :Q to quit. And I'm back, and then you want me to type in .niv home, but instead of .config, I'm going to do the X resources one. Now, speaking of which, I did not, earlier you said, there was something you said earlier, which was, mine did not say set colors from X resources. You said scroll down to see if it was there, but it wasn't. Now, do I add that underneath? It has the font thing. Right now it says URX VT. Wait, I can go I to enter. Or I could have done insert anywhere. All right. Scroll bar. Okay. All right, done with that. There's once when he tried to make some fish that was, he called it cod, but it was really like sawdust. Okay. But first I need to escape and write this, and then quit this, and then I need to reboot because it's faster, you said. I wonder if, well, I think I already said that for me going here and shutting down here, close, powering off is faster. I'll just hit start. Time they knew you were calling and still pretended they didn't know who I was. And the time they dated a clone of you. What? Don't worry, be happy? Oh, wait, is somebody else talking to you? Because I wouldn't learn anything if he did the work for me. Oh. Okay. When I get Start X, shouldn't I open it full screen? Oops. Never mind, it doesn't matter. Okay, just one moment. Let me just log in. I don't know why I'm closing out of this to log in, but I am. It did open its full screen. Oh, you didn't see that. I did get it full screen. But now can I make it a little bit smaller, because even though it's full screen, let me just go to here for a second, because I need to add that. Full screen should work. Okay. Okay. Alright, I'm back to full screen. I was just seeing, what I might do, I might not run it full screen, because then I can't monitor the chat over there, but good. Yay. That is nice to know I can do it full screen. Okay. Why isn't it? I might have messed up something. Isn't it Alt Enter to open a monitor? It has a little circle with the spinning thing. Can I go back and do Nano or something to find it? Or is it just...
So, I found out that the rates are going down to...
I don't think so.
They may contest the rate issue. It's possible.
Let me just try it one more time. Yeah.
They're going to try to drop the rates to, I believe, $30 for hybrids, or actually all electric will be $30 from $75. So they're going to be changing possibly the rates to half of that. Maybe it would be like $15 for our hybrids per car.
Oh, they're gonna. Oh,
They're going to be adjusting the rates after December 5th, after the new ruling. And they said not to pay any fees that are right around that time period. Okay, you go ahead and make hash browns. You go. Yeah, go for it. Well, yeah. Well, our Honda Insights cost extra money in a democratically run state. Can you imagine that? They're discouraging people from having a hybrid car. Yeah, hash browns do really rock. So the Democrats want us all to smoke cigarettes based on the simple fact they got rid of the fruity vaporizers. And I guess cigarette smoking is down to 19% of our population. But that was last year's statistic before they banned fruity vapes. So you can imagine what the cigarette smoking will be next year. It'll probably be 25%, up from 19. I know. But I tend to believe that the Democrats are trying to impose regulations constantly and come up with laws that they can't enforce. I try to remain relevant to the show. Thank you. It is good you messed up. Now you know why I didn't have you set it up so it automatically doesn't start when you log in. Yeah, thanks for not setting us up so that it automatically doesn't start when you... That's two negatives means it does start when you log in automatically, based on the syntax of your statement. That's nice. I'm glad you're taking care of your gullet, your esophagus. Treat your stomach well. I try to eat a little bit of detergent whenever I can, just to make sure I can rinse my body out, like ivory. Are you getting detergent off the side of your... Well, our viewership dropped significantly since you came in. Wow. I guess people just got tired of watching a person work on a computer.
sorry.
No, I just there's nothing less fun than that. Dave and Sarah, everyone missed the cooking show. What do you have? Yeah, well, I made a turkey linguine it's okay. I don't expect Sarah to eat it because I know she's staying away from carbs.
Huh? I did eat it.
No, I know you had some, but I'm trying to add a little detergent to it so it's less tasty.
What do you mean you're adding detergent?
Well, I don't know. I had a can of tomatoes that I got at the dollar store, the organic tomatoes,
Okay.
It tastes kind of weird. It's just, I'm wondering if it isn't, contaminated or something. Is that why I got it for less? So I don't recommend eating anything I made. That's okay. I'll eat it. Well, having a little bit of detergent never hurt any vegetable, Can't hurt me, I guess.
I should log in here so I can actually type in the room.
No. You'd have to get on a VPN over there if you did. You can't log in over there.
Okay, got it. I'm going to put it in between David, so...
Well, it didn't kill those birds that were in Exxon Valdez that were covered with oil. They hit them with Dawn dishwashing liquid and it got rid of all that oil and cleaned their bodies up. It was a miraculous event. I think Dawn is very, very proud of that too. Well, I just don't want anyone to think that I'm feeding Sarah anything dangerous, like, old food purchased at the dollar store, So, we have a higher standard for her. I think you could eat out tomorrow too, if you wanted.
Oh, I am going to go out to... Yeah, me I will. Because I'm going to hang out with some friends.
I would. Treat yourself.
But I don't know if I will or not.
Well, there's nothing like a good experience outside in the world. I'm just so addicted to hot sauce and Patti LaBelle's No. 3 hot sauce that I use the linguine as a hot sauce conveyance. So I just put a little hot sauce linguine and I'm fine. Thank you. I know. The pasta was really all about me. I know. And every time you try to force me to lose more weight, I'm down to my skeletal frame weight of like 225 right now. The entire infrastructure of my body would be melting away if I would be eating my own organs if I lost any more weight. Your body can do that if you're on a low cholesterol diet. I'm not kidding. People who are anorexic, they end up eating their own liver. Their body needs that cholesterol. Oh, Joe Biden has now joined the misguided crusade against online free speech. Interesting. Did we just read that? So we got Biden enacting gun legislation, and now Biden has officially... Okay.
In the other file.
In comments on CNN on Monday, Biden expressed a willingness to smash Section 230 in order to settle the feud in his campaign is having with Facebook. That's a terrible idea. To smash Section 230, yeah.
I see it now.
In an effort to force Facebook to change its policy toward negative ads targeting his campaign, Democrats' presidential candidate Joe Biden is apparently willing to trash the federal law that guarantees free speech online. Okay. You know, I don't believe Mark Zuckerberg actually said this, but he said that his company's policies were grounded in Facebook's fundamental belief in free expression. Respect for the democratic process. Sure, yeah.
To edit this file.
Unbelievable.
Do I still do...
Never mind. You're welcome.
Wait, but don't I need to... I didn't fix it. So I need to fix this.
Wow, we've got a guy continuing to make bad mistakes in the show. Yeah, Sarah, can you give an example about how Dave has made you physically uncomfortable? How has Dave ever made me? Why are you saying that's a bannable offense too? What the hell? Sarah's never said I made her physically uncomfortable.
No, I said I didn't.
What are they saying?
Nothing, I don't know.
It's so strange. Troll-like activities going on in the chat room. These guys don't learn, do they? You'd think you would learn. I mean, I'll ban them all night long, really. They don't have the power. I got the power. I got the power. Yeah, so I was the one exposing the truth about Mitch McConnell working for Russia. Fact-checking claimed that Mitch McConnell's biggest donor is sanctioned a Russian oligarch. Well, actually, Fact-Check did a good job, PolitiFact. Apparently, his biggest donor isn't a Russian oligarch. It just so happens that they give him $2.5 million a year. Yeah, Mitch McConnell is owned by Russia. That's right.
Did you, to save it, is it still escape and then :W::Q, or it's something else?
I would never get near Sarah in a dangerous way when I'm after a gnat near her. Believe me, I would never ever hurt her. Did you complain that I slept next to your face or something?
No.
With a gnat?
No, I never said anything. The only thing I said is you gave me some cod that was really dried out.
Oh yeah, that was a terrible thing. I had a box, this is a great story because I had a box of codfish that my mother had purchased back in 1975 that was in our freezer, and it was dried codfish, salted, dried. And back then it was kind of hard to eat. And fast forward 23 years, and when I first met Sarah, I pulled it out of the freezer. I said, yeah, this is, I don't know if it's edible or not. So we rehydrated it, and it was like sawdust. That's the story in a nutshell. Yeah, cod from 1975, and it was in a box. We used to pay a premium for this dried cod that was, we put on our New England codfish dinner. And we literally had it in our freezer for 23 years. And we pulled it out. And that was the oldest freezer food item. It was gross. It was like sawdust.
Okay, now I see it.
But now there's a whole list of food items that I can't really get near. I'm trying to avoid. Primary food items would be hot dogs. We can't have those in our house. We minimize our use of eggs, and I'm glad about that because I just read a story about prostate health and eggs and how you shouldn't eat too many eggs if you're a guy. So I don't eat a lot of eggs anymore, and I'm also avoiding anything that would be deemed too much chocolate in the house too, because we have so much chocolate. I'm trying to cut back for both of us. Oh, I don't eat bad food, Howie. Yeah, I don't eat bad food at all.
Okay, wait. I feel like in here I got both. I don't have anything in this X resources file, even though I had both those things in there.
I think Coffee, this guy Coffee, formerly
maybe
Dave
We've got a
Furstis.
situation. The Kremlin has suspended.
I really think that I'll play Modern Warfare tonight because it is a science-related link. But I got to ask you, are you making money as an advertiser here because we have so many views and people clicking on these links? Are you drawing capital out of this? Because that's strictly forbidden. Like he's going to tell me the truth. Yeah, we all like dark chocolate, but it isn't that great to eat the sugar that's in dark chocolate. So there's the downside of dark chocolate. Chocolate has magnesium, a big thing women need, and that's why they have a craving for chocolate. Magnesium, zinc too. Yeah.
I know, not a exclamation mark.
I'd like to talk about economics. Yeah, in fact, let's talk about the Dow Jones real quick. It's down 163. We're all in limbo with the impeachment hearing going on. A couple days ago, the stock market was a statistical anomaly. It had a zero growth. It was at 0.0. And today it's at minus 1.63. So it's a statistical dead heat out there in the economy. What else do you want to talk about? How we're not growing in our production sector? I'd like to address that if you'd like. I don't mind talking about that right now. The technology sector, like Silicon Valley, is getting less and less venture capitalists investing in that area. And I'm thinking of a brand new green, clean set of technologies and modular construction too. Possibly our government could build up an industry where we can actually create things again. Renewable energy solutions like filtration systems for water or air. Very, very vital to the future of our country and everyone else around the world. So I don't have a gut, Howie. I don't understand what you're saying. I'm fit as a fiddle. It would be nice if Howie would experiment more with being gay because he's obviously weird. That's the starting point. Yeah.
Okay, I did type it correctly, and now.
Yes.
With the spaces now back in there, and I'm gonna type in what I had. What? No, I need to put in a couple things in here because this looks like a blank file.
It looks like a blank file.
So I need
Hey, I'm featured over here. Hey, welcome. Wow, we got 58 viewers over to iBlog. That's amazing, guys. Hey, we do a show every night, and right now we're building the backbone of a new chat system that will be eventually starting someday. And we're not putting a timetable on it, but we're looking at technology that can actually build the framework so it could be open to everybody around the world. And as we know right now, so many people are kept out of our chat room. Now guest chat is no longer even allowed at iBlog. I'm really shocked. You guys, I would think you'd be complaining, but guest chat's been down for 3 days now completely. And prior to that, about a year ago, they actually required email verification for you to be guests. So we don't know what's going on at that network. I don't think you're here for my health, dude.
You can tell me to stop that.
No, you keep going. I enjoy this. But we've been fact-checking Mitch McConnell, and I found out this dirt that Mitch McConnell's been getting funding from Russia, a Russian oligarch, has given him $2.5 million and another million on top of it. You know, the guy that looks like a turtle, who's at the center of the Republican slowpoke mentality that's basically allowing Donald Trump to walk all over them. This guy who works on the sidelines very, very craftily, he's getting money from Russia. Think about it, people. He's getting funding, and so is Lindsey Graham. I'm serious. Our country's contaminated by Russians and Russian sympathizers. I mean, think about it. Trump is clearly working for Putin, and I'm glad the Democrats have made such a big showing of this. And we have only the best possible Americans to thank for it. And I want to thank you, Adam Schiff, for standing up for our country. And I want to thank you, William Taylor, Ambassador. Confidence. You have confidence in a lifetime of respected service, truly. And that's the look of confidence that you exude. And same with you, Adam. Wow. 12 witnesses you've got stacked against the Trumpster. And one, I understand, is a young lady who actually heard the conversation on speakerphone directly saying that he wanted to get dirt on Joe Biden before he releases the money. Yeah. Have you been triggered yet, Club Kid? Well, you guys wanted to make fun of those two guys, and I just thought I'd build an entire it's a real honor to have them working for our country's best interest. I don't think Adam Schiff is a bad guy, except for the fact that he gets money from George Soros, who's a family member, by the way. And isn't it interesting how Trump hasn't mentioned anything about Shifty Schiff having Soros as a family member? You'd think he'd be all over that. But oh no, it's Shifty Schiff. Oh, I don't want to talk about George Soros. He's a good friend of mine. Really? Oh yeah, seriously. George Soros fronted Donald Trump a $160 million loan. Believe me, Donald Trump's not going to say anything bad about the New World Order Soros. So you guys who are Republican are confused about Donald. He's owned by Shifty Schiff Soros. Yeah, they basically control Trump. They just want him out of the way so they can control somebody they have even more goods on. That's Mike Pence. They can manipulate him like a little marionette. Mike Pence is under their control completely. He still hasn't produced his emails from when he was at AOL. And by the way, that company closed down. I doubt those emails even exist anymore. Oh well. Barr's investigating what? He should investigate himself. Barr should disbar himself and recuse himself. His dad got Jeffrey Epstein a job. Yeah, very strange story there. Not to mention the fact that he wrote a 19-page letter to Rod Rosenstein, thank you, protecting Michael Flynn, the known Russian agent. Barr should disbar himself. Seriously, I think Barr is working for Russia too. My chat background bone is not broken, no. Ogre. We've got very little access now for chats. Guests are no longer allowed in our room for some reason. We don't know why. I suspect that Mark bought off the whole network at iVlog. That's my suspicion. It's kind of changed dimension. And ever since we have a lot of viewers normally, and ever since they can't get in there, they're just locked out. There is no bad grammar. You have no way of getting out of. We've got a couple guys with OCD, severe autism, and we're dealing with them by banning them. It's the only way to deal with that. Unfortunately, I can't really embrace their problem. I turned you on to the Barr dad thing, yeah. No, I'm trying to get a lot of Republicans to recognize there's something going on here that is not evident on the front side, where you just think everything's a hoax. When you look a little deeper, you run into the Gambino family and the mobsters and, Roy Cohn, all the people that control the Trump legacy, you know what I'm talking about? People in the know, people that got a lot of power, let's swing. Then you uncover the dark side of Donald Trump. But when you don't scratch and sniff, you don't smell anything. So unfortunately, we've got a mob boss running our country, and he's got goods on him. They got leverage on him. This isn't what we need right now. He is not healthy for our country, Donald. It's like bad medicine. We're working him down. Yeah. We're maintaining a vigilance that he's maintaining. We have to keep his discussion to a minimum because he seems to have a problem. He can't talk about politics. So we don't know what happened to the chat, Ogre, but thanks for asking. We're trying to figure this out. I think it's just a flood of people, and they just turned the whole system down.
Okay.
Ogre says that Mark runs a cell of black hat hackers from the hills in Tennessee. That's a pretty good one. I'm going to copy that in my file. Nothing, no marks against you. It's not a threat, but I appreciate you telling me that. It's not easy dealing with the reality that people are, hacking our show. We've seen that in the background. Dave Line, 11, 14, 19. I want you to sign that registration in the other room too when you get done here.
Oh, got it.
No hurry. I'm just going to put it in the vehicle. On the 14th day of November, Dave Line.
It does look nicer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're right. Oh, yeah.
It looks nicer and it works better too.
Yes, I see that. It does not. I messed up the full screen thing, but.
Nomisa never wanted to be a mod on our show. We gave him mod position. He was the only person. I think we gave another person Meta-Nemesis mod ability at one time. But he was the only person that really could handle the show when we first started. We were getting slammed pretty hard by the guests as well as others, and then Mark got rid of the guest chat completely. Not because we were being slammed, but because I don't think he wanted people coming into the show. Mark is surrounded by hot babes in his pool on his private yacht. This show is the furthest thing from his mind. Yeah, see, Fat Vinny? Look at that. We're keeping a lot of this information that you're posting in the room in my file in order to keep tabs of what you know about Mark, because we can only get secondhand information at this point. A lot of these activities that seem like surreptitious activities going on with him, I can only monitor your words, so I'm assuming you're telling me the truth. If not, then tell me it's true or not, because I need to know if he's really on a yacht. Mark runs the site, Club Kid. He owns the site that you're on.
Vaughn from Vaughn Live. That's why it's called Vaughn Live.
I'm hearing from people that the guy's made a lot of money, and it's been censoring us. So. Well, saying I'm mad and delusional is not necessarily. I'm entitled to my opinion, and I believe he's censoring us because look at the way he shut down guest chat after we had all those people, and I have proof of the people coming in here. And Tom Cruise says Mark is the billionaire that owns the site. Mark wouldn't be a billionaire if it wasn't for the censorship. That's my argument. I've been saying it all along. That's not a big stretch of the imagination. I can show you how our site has been harassed and internally harassed for some time. So anything you say that I can add to my log file would be great. Mark has a new Russian slut maid. I don't think that's relevant. You're going to make keyboard shortcuts in i3WM. Make your own scripts for the new bar.
Okay, I look forward to your lesson. Thank you, and good night.
Thank you, Sarah. All right, I'll take this off the screen.
Sure.
Okay. If I can find it. That's weird. There it is. Okay, back at you. Okay, let me do that. All right, great. Now Sarah's going to have the rest of the night to herself and get some R&R. Okay. You just went to his Twitter account. He says there were tech problems. Yeah, there were. 3 servers went down, rack servers. That's how much money he's throwing at this. Yeah, if there are people trying to shut us down and they're knocking out his own rack servers, he's kind of like a snake eating his own tail. He's actually, his whole trip, and everyone says, why doesn't he just kick you off if he doesn't like you on the show? Because then they wouldn't be able to corral me. I mean, I would love to take all my viewers and take you to another network called YouTube. And I just found out that we will be able to do that. We will be able to open up a live show. I've checked the brand new changes that YouTube have offered us the ability to have a live show again.
Yay.
So I just found that
We
out.
have to figure out how to do the RTMP thing.
Yeah, the RTMP thing is coming out. We have to work on plugging that in, but I think our YouTube show will be another chat venue for us.
Yay, that will be great.
So we're looking forward to that. And
See, you
of course,
don't need me.
No, we do need you, but we need a backup system because this is really a... You won't even be mentioned, dude. You're just one of the people that have been trolling our show for the past, I don't know how many years.
I'll go journal about you. Howie continues to troll David every night.
No, don't even bother. It just doesn't matter. He doesn't know where else to go with his life. I think he should go to a coffee shop or something.
I think that's why he's here, because he needs something. All right, sounds good. I won't be here at 6:30. That's for sure. So
no, whenever you come, don't
and
rush.
Let's plan on just taking Friday night off, and that way, if you find a nice lady or whatever.
Oh, you're talking about misanthropy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Don't use Sarah as your surrogate friend or online personality. But
I said that.
I think you should go to a coffee shop.
Friday night off as well, if he wishes to, because he's been teaching me a lot.
Well, I think there's a lot of women like his next door neighbor. He said he wants to convince her to have like a casual, casual thing. So he's thinking maybe that might be your best move.
Anyway.
I can see there's a problem here. Let's take a look.
Oh, I did not know your name was Mark Sosadi.
These are all people in the, yeah. All right, we're gonna purge that for you.
Exactly. Ooh, what?
You don't want anyone from at the site, not even Meta-Nemesis. He's offered to meet you. You could be his friend.
He doesn't want to meet people in real life. He wants to keep his personal life. Remember, like, you're saying, Sarah, I wanted to have my face everywhere, but be completely anonymous.
No, pretty much, yeah.
Well, that's what he does, except he doesn't want to put his face anywhere.
Well, he said he had sex on TinyURL or TinyChat with his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend. Well, that's not wanting to put your face out there. He put his whole body out there. Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, he said that last night. TinyChat. He did a sex act back in 2010. I just find that so weird. What would make you do that? Oh, you didn't put your face on there? Thanks a lot. Well, Club Kid, this is the thing. He doesn't have the option of selling Vaughn TV. There was a time when Mark wanted to sell it, and then he talked to his attorneys, and they said, you're not going to be able to get out from under this because it's so riddled with problems. That's what I think. That's just my personal take. He can't explain the income. So that's why he can't sell it. If Mark had everybody in here right now with VIP accounts and we're just all forking over $18 a month or whatever the cost is, it would probably be a certainty that he could say, yes, my site makes all this money and all this revenue and all these users. But his site has made more money keeping people out than letting them in and paying a fee. So it's obvious something's going on. So that's why he won't move it. Yeah, and I'm sure he wants to get out from under all this too, because he's now sitting on so much money, it's unbelievable. Somebody with lots of money who look at $1 billion like it was nothing wants to stop this show because they realize a third party has a strategic advantage in dealing with those people. We're talking about the richest people in the world. Got it. And I'm not trying to say that these people are up to some bad things, but they've openly admitted to being the source of the creation of Israel, and that would be Jacob Rothschild. And his life has been, very, very interesting. He has had a lot of involvement in the Zionist movement. And I'm calling those people out. I'm the guy who's saying, hey, the Zionist movement has dominated our political life in America for so long and our foreign policy for so long. Maybe it's time to take a back seat and let the American people handle our future instead of falling into the collective hands of a new world order. So, this is something we all have to ask ourselves. Are these people threatened by a third party? Yeah, I think they are. I know they are. We've had a run-in with the group that he runs, the Carlyle Group. Not a big run-in, but enough to get me to notice. How could a small website owner afford a 2007 Nissan Altima? That was something he was given by Donald Trump, Ogre. That's what I heard. I heard he got that directly from Donald Trump. Ping Ching Chong, how long time no see. Are you, you were that Chinese guy that came in so many years ago. What are you saying now, Ping Ching? Are you working hard for the state of China? Greetings, David. I worked very well. I am working for the holiday tree. I will work for 40 days and have a New Year holiday. My new son, he's 6 years old and started working with linen. That's so nice, Ping Ching. What a proud father you must be. He has many sons that work in the work camps in China's national government. Yes, and they have to abide by all the rules and regulations of their country. Oh, so now you're an anarchist? Misanthropy is asking people to end government completely. Wow. That's usually the safe haven for most atheists, is to become an anarchist. You should make up a business card, atheist/anarchist, and then write visionary on it. I know you're not an Antifa guy. You haven't made any far left commitments. That's good. Linen is big money in People's Republic of China. Yes, it's a very respectable position. Ping Ching Chong is currently, his son is getting involved. 6 years old, working in linen is a very big move. Kurt, what do you got? Kurt. Yeah, Kurt Hockey said this, and for a lot of you Republicans who are still wondering why Donald Trump got himself in such a pickle with this Ukraine thing, and he can't seem to get out of it because everybody around him is an idiot. Well, Kurt says, I'm trying to understand something inside my brain. Barack Hussein Obama gives $1.6 billion to Iran. That's actually $150 billion to Iran. Joe Biden's son gets millions from China and has a salary from Ukraine Gas Company. And my president of the United States, @real Donald Trump, is being impeached because of a phone call. Yeah. Because Joe Biden didn't misuse his power or his job according to the current assessment of that situation. Now, if that changes anytime soon, if Giuliani can pick up something, a tangible thread behind the hot firing of that prosecutor in Ukraine to Hunter Biden, that'd be great, but they haven't found anything. The prosecutor wasn't investigating Hunter Biden. He was investigating Burisma, which was Hunter Biden's company. So there's always all of these articles of separation protecting Hunter Biden and Joe Biden in this entire encounter. Whereas Donald Trump truly tried to use America's influence over Ukraine and the money we were vitally needed to give them to extort dirt on Joe Biden. That's the difference. Yeah, big difference politically and on a real legal level too. So it's not the same thing. You may think it's the same thing, but it's not. Donald Trump was wielding $400 million. What was Joe wielding? $1 billion? That was a lot of money, but did he in fact go after the guy because he was prosecuting his son Hunter? No, he actually was going after him because they weren't pursuing enough prosecutions of people. So ironically, Joe has a way out. He has an answer, whereas Donald doesn't. My company director invited me to go to Hong Kong to promote and stand up for China. Wow, that's an exciting Ping Ching thing to do, Ping Ching Sean. Well, you'll have a fun time there with the crowds of people that are getting beaten up and burned to death by the National Chinese Police. You'll stand out like a sore thumb. I can just see Ping Ching out there in the crowds. Oh, I am Ping Ching, protector of National Chinese government. You won't last long, buddy. I mean, you may want to seriously be on the other side behind the cops. Anyway, I wish Xi Jinping would just mellow out and just stop this entire thing by saying, hey, yes, you have self-rule. I will not tell you where to go to jail or handle your judicial practices in Beijing. You have self-rule. That's all Xi Jinping has to say. Oh, but who am I to tell a world leader what to do, right? Exactly, Dave. You're outstepping your bounds here. Well, it's true. People that have consigned themselves to the cult of government end up becoming a cult member, unfortunately. That's why you need a person outside of that, an outsider. I'm an outsider. I'm not a politician. I'm not a Washington insider. I have no outstanding loans to Deutsche Bank. I don't owe anybody. There's no PP tapes out there of me sitting there with a tablet watching women urinate. So they got no goods on me. That's why they don't want a person like me in power. Mike Pence, I don't know about. There's a lot of dirt on the Indiana governor. If you haven't heard this story from Tory Smith, since I've got you the late hour here, this is the most tragic story I think I've seen on the internet. A guy who was openly trying to reveal what Mike Pence was. Thank you. And he made a video, this guy, Tory Smith, that was just so bizarre that you got to wonder what was going on in his head. Yeah, and I listened to it in real time originally.
Hello, my name is Tory Smith, and I've been a witness to children who were raped and murdered in what's called a MyLab child trafficking operation. And there are 40 locations nationwide, and there's one here in Indiana, state where I live, and which brings me to today's report. I do reports on this child trafficking operation, number one, because I don't know of anyone else that does. And these children need as many voices as they can possibly get, because hundreds and hundreds of children are abducted. Anywhere from 25 to 400 children are gang raped and murdered a day in this system. On the 27th of May, Friday, 264 children were brought in from the Air Force, SOCOM, and NATO. 15 of those children were brought to Indianapolis, to the Indianapolis MyLab, which is what I would like to do today's report on. Indiana Governor, child rapist, and child murderer Mike Pence has murdered 54 children.
Okay.
And which I seem to be the only one in Indiana who cares.
Okay, so I was tracking this guy for about 2 months online. We're talking about 3 or 4 years ago now. 3 years ago. And for 2 months later, I'm not kidding either, 2 months later, this guy appears on camera in front of everybody. 2 months later.
My name is Tory, and I want to thank you for the support support and prayers and awareness that you brought to what's going on in our country about child trafficking. I think this is going to be my last video for a while. I can barely see. I can only stand up for a few minutes and then I have to lay back down.
Well, they got rid of him 2 months later. He was dead after saying that on YouTube. So what can you say about something like that? He claimed that Mike Pence was a child murderer. And then he died 2 months later. Wow. Yeah, he died 2 months later. That was it. Zip, zip, zip. He's gone. That's it. No more Tory Smith. Looks like they did to him what they did to Karen Silkwood. Right. Good point. How dare you? How dare you? Thank you for that input. How dare you? Karen Silkwood died of radiation poisoning, was it? Working at a nuclear facility trying to expose a China syndrome event. Yes. She was only 28 years old when she died. Yeah, he said, you want me to play it back for you? Yeah. Here, you said this again. I'll play it for you. Here.
To the Indianapolis MyLab, which is what I would like to do today's report on. Indiana Governor, child rapist, and child murderer Mike Pence has murdered 54 children.
Now, my concern is that this guy was off, number one, and two, he wrote emails to Mike Pence about all this stuff on AOL, and Mike Pence never presented his AOL emails whatsoever. Oh, we are evolving. I'm trying to build a third party here, and you're not really helping by saying we're not evolving. Yeah. If humans, ask yourself, if humans wanted to evolve, what would they do? Build an alternative, right? So if you're not on board with what we're doing here, I mean, this is an evolution of sorts. No, this is not based on fancy tech. This is about communication and shared ideas against a wall of censorship. Far more intense than you can possibly characterize in that summation. We're battling for humanity and evolving as we speak right now in the show. Even allowing your conversations with Sarah on the side is just part of the process of evolution. We're trying to make this social media better. Sure, she was exposing the dangers of the... but she was killed in a car accident, I believe. Yeah. She had carried small amounts of plutonium out of the plant and had deliberately contaminated herself. Oh, I see. Why should she act so bizarre during this time period? Yeah. This is the death of Karen Silkwood, an analysis. On November 13th, 2014. A reporter at the KWTV News 9 in Oklahoma City interviewed Karen Silkwood's son, Michael. It was the 40th anniversary of her death, and Michael was close to tears as he confessed that he was afraid of dying without ever knowing who killed his mother and why. She was never far from his thoughts. Sometimes I wake up in the morning from a dream and I think I can see her in the room with me. She's watching me. Yes, very serious story. Anyway, I don't want to get into the depth of this story, but yeah, same kind of thing. Hey, Ping Cheng, what's going on? Are you going there to support mainland China, which is your right? Yes. You have every reason to support your mainland China people. Thank you for wishing us and everyone in the United States, Hong Kong, and Japan a happy holiday. That's it. Thank you. My family will be ahead of time. I will come back to Christmas. Thank you. Good luck to you, sir. And you have every right to support your people in national China, but we're not like the NBA here. We believe the people need self-rule, and tell your leader Xi Jinping to give them self-rule and get the hell out. Am I ignoring? No, I'm not. Good luck. Are you ready for this? What is that? A gay couple of men cuddling group aims to redefine masculinity and heal trauma. I'm ready for this. Let's take a look. This is, as the world gets more bizarre, it gets better on Twitter. Yeah. Here they are. Men's cuddling group. Ah. That's so special. And it's in the Philadelphia Inquirer, and they're trying to heal and redefine masculinity and heal trauma. A man among men. At the cuddling group demonstration, Ryan Hancock absentmindedly touched T.J. McDonald's ear. Later, McDonald squeezed in between Turner and Eitzenberger, lying on the floor, calling himself the cream and the cookie. Men cuddling and learning to redefine their masculinity. That's special. Well, isn't that super special? Could it be Satan? Okay, you totally cut your finger on the potato peeler? Oh man, you shouldn't do that. It was because I was talking about detergent in my spaghetti, right? I'm so sorry for you. Well, social media is really not the problem. It's the suppression of social media that's the problem. And how do you know you're fact-checking anything when you're getting fact checks from a group of people that are controlled by God knows who? Whoever controls Snopes or factcheck.org must realize that they're dealing with a bunch of creeps. Yeah. I'm snooping on Snopes here. Do.
Snopes.com founder accused of using company funds to pay for prostitutes. Hello everyone, Jen here, Golden State Times, and today we have a news story. This one comes courtesy of the Daily Mail, and it says, exclusive Facebook fact checker who will arbitrate on fake news is accused of defrauding website to pay for prostitutes, and its staff includes an escort porn star and a vice vixen dom. Facebook has announced plans to check for fake news using a series of organizations to assess whether the stories are true. One of them is a website called Snopes.com, which claims to be one of the web's essential resources on that matter. It was founded by husband and wife Barbara and David Mickelson, who used a letterhead claiming that they were a non-existent society to start their research. Now that they are divorced, with Barbara claiming in legal documents he embezzled $98,000 of company money and spent it on himself and prostitutes.
Okay, not exactly credible people doing your fact-checking, buddy. Yeah. You may want to go for somebody else besides Snopes and factcheck.org. Maybe PolitiFact might be better. You can't trust anything they say. They were the ones that said Barack Obama was a Christian when he turned out to be a Muslim, after all. Or they were the ones that said he was a heterosexual when he's totally gay, married to a transgender. Can you trust Snopes, really? I look at the whole thing as kind of a joke. I mean, you've got so much proof that Michelle Obama is a dude. It's not even funny. Why? Well, because we've never been talking about this in the mainstream media, so we're forced to look at it on my show. Here's a picture of Michelle Obama in a dance competition or dance event with Ellen DeGeneres. And you can see right there from the crotch shot that there's something going on there. No, it's not nothing. Yeah, that's yeah. And so Michelle actually wants us to believe that she's a woman, and she gave birth to 2 children, and she's never shown any pregnant picture of herself. and claimed she had in vitro fertilization. I think more like the only way you could have a child in this condition is if it was installed in your intestines. I understand they're working on that, but that's something that the Stargate can answer. In the meantime, back to you in the mainstream media. Welcome to the show, everyone. We're taking on alternative views nightly as we digest the reality. The truth is, Andy Kaufman may have faked his death and went into politics. That's right. There's a guy out there who looks a lot like him. There you go. Ta-da! Oh my gosh! That's outstanding. I didn't realize. Adam Schiff. That's pretty funny. That almost works, except the eyebrows are not quite the match. But man, that's really funny. The nose is not exactly identical either. But that is a close call, yeah. I'm liking it. He caught me off guard there. But I really think Adam Schiff is doing a great job. He really is. And, the number one thing I'm confident is he has really stuck it to the Republicans. He literally doesn't have to show a whistleblower or even a name, and he claims he doesn't know the name of the whistleblower. That's the look you get when you have 12 witnesses and the confidence of a lifetime of respected service behind that man. Look at how proud he is of his service. Yeah. Good guys, doing good work. Thank you, guys. You're awesome. Expose this corrupt president of ours. Do you know how hard it is to find many things in search engines now? Well, why don't you just ask Jeeves, man? He'll answer your question. Remember Ask Jeeves? Those were the good old times, yeah. Forget GDP. Here's the scariest data of all from China. Okay, let's take a look from Zero Hedge. Okay. China's current credit expansion is just offsetting the surge in bad loans. Okay. Good to know. Credit expansion is always a big thing. The yuan has been propped up by China for years. So does the US dollar. Well, let's be clear. That's a pretty funny picture. I personally like Andy Kaufman. I think that he's a terrific guy. So we'll call him Adam Kaufman. Glad to know he's still back in comedy. You can't find what you're looking for half the time. Do you go to DuckDuckGo? Club Kid says use DuckDuckGo. Do you think DuckDuckGo is for real? Or I heard it was run by the FBI. It stands to reason they would buy that and control it, right? What if everything on the internet was strictly controlled by the government, and even the VPNs you think you're secretly broadcasting on are also bought and owned by the government? You heard what happened with the Czech company Avast the other day? Technology company. They just literally went, they had to reveal that they were hacked. Their VPN, NordVPN, was hacked by a hacker. Yep. Okay, so this is technology oriented. Your robot assistant will soon be able to read your emotions. Bloomberg Business Week. Well, it knows I'm pissed off. Yeah, sure. I mean, anybody mindless idiot would know somebody's pissed off by the tone of their voice, right? Because you're happy about them censoring when you could not consider it not to be their own official story. No, I'm not happy about any of that. The internet has devolved. I agree. No, I'm agreeing with you on the primary principle. I was the one that said the other day that the rich internet media platform has been devolving. And we used to see, all kinds of venues like this, and now they're just whittling away and closing down, and the gatekeepers are shutting down. Look what happened to iVlog. We can't even get guests in anymore. And I'm pretty sure that Mark bought iVlog. I'm 99% sure he bought it. I'm of the belief that Mark has made millions of dollars on our system, censoring us. And that's dirty money, man. It's not good. Businesses are encountering faster speeds to deliver AI-based assistance and 3D content, as well as holograms. It's going to be part of our life. Now, all of this rests on the 5G network, which has proven to be very dangerous. But MIT tests these cheetah bots, which look scarier than hell. Like in the Black Mirror episode, there was something like this. Yeah, can you imagine that at your front door? You know, with a targeted kill order just to take you out with a laser? I mean, you can only imagine what the world's becoming. And there's no restrictions. We don't even have a political movement representing the American people to stop whatever misuse of this stuff that's coming. So yeah, I hate to say it, but it's scary tech week. Every week we do this show. Many of these things can be weaponized. So I don't think you realize the importance of democratization at a time like this. If you did, you'd probably be jumping all over, you know, every little thing we do here. But instead, you're just passively watching, which is, I guess, the best we can hope. Okay, here's Carrie Lam, in charge of Hong Kong on the election process. I don't think she's the right person for Hong Kong. They're going to have to get somebody duly elected.
Have to work hard to satisfy. We still hope we can hold the election and try our very best to do so, because it is an important election with the rights of 4 million voters to respect and safeguard. But there's an issue of safety and order, so we have to work hard to satisfy these two requirements.
Well, how about just retiring from the job? I mean, they don't think you're really doing anything, lady. And this technology, weather modification, possibly used, promoting this idea is a very interesting idea. This came to our show from Max over at iVlog a long time ago. Aluminum dust from geoengineering fueled the superfires, according to this author. And this isn't just any author. This guy is a top-level government employee. Tor isn't safe, though. I mean, I heard the Tor was a fusion project from the FBI and the Navy. I mean, you're basically open to review by the Navy and the FBI there at Tor. Now, this is a theory that's very possible. I mean, it's true that they laced the air with all those heavy metals when they were dumping it over California, and apparently aluminum and barium ignite very easily. Other toxic metals, heavy metals, polymers, and chemicals, he said. This is a retired USAF Brigadier General Charles Jones. He goes on to say millions of tons of aluminum and barium are being sprayed almost daily across the U.S., stated Mills, a former naval officer and UCLA graduate. Just sprinkle aluminum or barium dust on a fire and see what happens. It's near explosive. When wildfires break out, the aluminum barium dust results in the levels of fire intensity so great as to cause firefighters to coin a new term, fire-nados, he said. He said the entire U.S., in addition to various other NATO countries, are being sprayed. He says the government has for years denied the existence of chemtrail spraying. It now calls the program by various names called geoengineering. I mean, these are top-level people like this guy who's openly talking to the people and saying, hey, this is what's going on. I mean, we couldn't get a more eyewitness account of this right in your face. There's no denying it. I wish Slow Modes would look at this site and check that out. Well, I want to make a chemtrail awareness shirt for you to buy. I just got my Spreadshirt account shut down. I have to rebuild it now. So I'll keep that in mind, Herbal Ascension. I'd like to sell a t-shirt like that. We could put it at chemtrailparty.com. You have been removed from the show permanently. There are all kinds of videos on it. Here's a Scissor Fight. He came back. What a load of shit. Hi, Scissor Fight. That's the name of the video he has. What a load of shit. Let's take a look. The S word is loud now. It's not a curse word because it describes manure. You're not going to believe this.
Still hidden in cupboards inside the school. What?
Wow.
Oh, fucking hell.
Wow, we got some bad words in this one. Okay, let's monitor that. We're trying to minimize this. As you know, this is not a children's show. That's right. I've been corralled because of this censorship that's been going on. They're trying to control us, but we're on top of it. Misanthropy and Sarah are working diligently in the background, trying to build up something on a Linux platform, and then we can go from there. Yeah. Developing a skill set and advancing her skill set is really important. Thanks for helping her, Misanthropy. Good evening, David. Another day, another layer of prop on prop on prop. Have you looked at the shooting news coverage? They showed these kids marching out of the building, some pretending to be in, some not knowing WTF was going on, and others just laughing. What a great drama. Yeah. Yeah, we showed Saugus High School postings too. 2-3 days in advance, they actually had the news clip. Scissorfight brought this to our attention today. Take a look here. He's setting the criteria for the dates during this time period. Start it again. So the postings were like 2 days before the event. Yeah. Yep. Here, I'll give you the link to this. He just put it out there. Dun, dun. Yeah. So they have these advance notices going to the AP, and the AP delivers the message before the event takes place, verifying that it is a pre-staged event. And then we had another mind-blowing reveal that, yeah, look at that, 6 hurt in California high school.
What is going on? I mean, like, do you ever, like, wake up, do something, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on?
Good timing. I'm glad you put that in there. And look what he found here. Go to this site. This is the location of the high school. And type in the word drill. Yeah, check this out. Okay, flagged. False flagged. These are false flags. They're pushing gun control. Jokey-holic. Yeah. They're called false flags, yeah. But check this out. Type in the word drill. Type drill. Yeah, type drill in there. I'll do it with you. Here it is. Searching. A shakeout drill was scheduled October 17th to promote safety, the event of evacuation. So they do drills all the time. Lockdown drills, active shooter drill. Yeah, there's something right there, active shooter drill. 2017 and 2018 they did one. So they've been grooming this place for active shooter drills for some time. I don't know. The guy's still alive. They say he tried to shoot himself, but I don't know. He probably won't make it. Nobody shoots himself in the head and lives. That's highly unlikely. Okay, so, well, it might happen. Good thing David's doing this on a VPN. I don't recommend searching that without one. Yeah, I hear you. I know, they do them in every school. You have a valid point. Congress releases messages showing Tlaib asked campaign for personal money and announces investigation into her for ethics violations. Yeah, Democratic Representative Rashida Tlaib of Michigan has apparently been out of money. And they have proof that she's been fishing around for more cash. She says, "I'm struggling financially right now. I'm sinking," Tlaib wrote on April 4th, 2018, later adding, "So I was thinking the campaign could loan me the money, but Ryan said the committee could actually pay me. I was thinking at one-time payment of $5,000. So he's trying to get $5,000 from the campaign. And then she goes on to request $2,000 per 2 weeks, not to exceed $12,000 in a term. I mean, what a nightmare. These people are such takers and corrupt people. They get away with this. It's a story of total corruption. And Biden, of course, is using this as his big platform for gun control. What an idiot. If he seriously wants to beat Trump, he's going to have to embrace the gun rights as opposed to push gun control. I don't know what's going on with this guy, but he doesn't seem to be conforming to any real plan to beat Donald Trump. And he's not targeting Warren for her Cherokee Indian BS that she pitched. That needs to be brought up time and time again. That woman lied through her teeth to become a college student and get a free education. And then go on to make a lot of money. $12 million Elizabeth Warren and her husband are worth on the backs of affirmative action. And then he's trying to go after online free speech. He's trying to stop Section 230 to settle a feud his campaign is having with Facebook. Apparently free speech protects people, and he's trying to squelch it because people have been saying bad things about him. Joe Biden said, "I, for one, think we should be considering taking away Facebook's exemption that they cannot be sued for knowingly engaging on promoting something that's not true." Well, I don't know. I mean, if Facebook is purposely saying something that's not true, that's yeah, I kind of agree with Joe on that one. Lawsuits should be completely legit.
I just think that social media has to be more socially conscious of what is important in terms of our democracy. And part of that is a little truth in lending here and making sure that everything is not about whether they can make a buck. It requires the journalistic responsibility you have. You can't do what they can do on Facebook. You can't do what they can do and just say anything at all and not acknowledge that when you know something is fundamentally not true. And I just think it's a little out of hand. And I, for one, think we should be considering taking away the exemption that they cannot be sued for knowingly engaged on in promoting something that's not true.
You know, I'm beginning to think he's right. I mean, Mark Zuckerberg seems to be getting away with unbelievable atrocities and selling bulks of 184 million impressions of people's accounts to Cambridge Analytica. I mean, how much money did Mark Zuckerberg get for that? I don't even know. I'm not living vicariously through this guy. No, that's ridiculous. Who's living with somebody for 10 years in Washington? And who's Leia? If he lets Leia live with him 10 years in Washington, what are you saying? He will be soon if he doesn't kick out Leia. Who's Leia? Yeah, Mad Dog's upset that Misa's dominating the show with his code discussion. Yeah. I think you want to call yourself Cindy Brady, don't worry, go ahead. Yeah. So who's Leia Misanthropy? If he wants to let Leia live with him for 10 years. Oh, Drag King's girlfriend, really? You guys really are aware that he has a girlfriend? Oh, okay. I didn't even know My cat Fluffy. Okay, well, there's a lot of talk going on right now. I don't know if we can even broach a lot of these issues. I mean, there's been talk about Mad Dog and so-and-so, and now Drag King and Leia, and I mean, this is getting like a soap opera. It's exasperating. Yeah, so we got a couple of 153 News things coming up in 20 minutes. Well, it is escalating out of control, but the good thing is we have a chance to talk. Very few places have this ability. Most chats flying so fast, you're like, ROFL, LOL, dude, for sure. Dave, what happened to some people from YouTube, like Shay Carl or Howie reporting live? I don't know. What happened to Shay Carl? And I know Howie reporting live claimed he was being held hostage by the Illuminati. He called me up one day and they put him in a mental hospital. Yeah, it was weird. So they won't allow you to log in, Ivan. You've been shut off Twitter. We'll probably all be eventually banned. That's why we're building up this Cool Rock site so that you can have a place to hang out. Yeah, I just installed a new chat board. I must warn you, though, your IP does show. It's the only thing we have right now to give you guys a place to chat, but, you know, people who have VPNs don't have to worry about their IP showing. So if you want to chat in this chat room, it's available right now at Cool Rock Party. Let me bring it to you. Oh, that's the wrong one. Oh yeah, I was running my show off of another platform. So you go to Cool Rock and our online community, and then you try to get the iVlog show to work, which is great. And it pops up with the screen and you get to see the show. It should pop up in a second. Here it is. Okay, and then down here is a chat room now. I added a chat room. So, Dave, I'm considering getting the head of my penis pierced. What is your opinion? I don't really have an opinion about that. And this other guy wrote, Mark made almost $1 billion censoring you. Yeah. A lot of nice things from various people down here in the chat room, but this is just like it's like a blog post. Best way I could do it. Yeah. Why do you worry about Drag King? I mean, I thought he had his own personal issues with his transgender lifestyle. When did Drag King become the romantic topic of conversation? We don't take tech news from the mullahs in... No, I'm sorry. That's not a good link. Space Shuttle. Tequala has Henry County inmate. Booking details. I don't really need to know. What is this related to? Yeah, I don't think we need to know booking details for Henry County jails. What's the deal, Tequala? What's going on? Yeah, is this a friend of yours? Oh, that's how you're reporting live? Oh, and you know this for a fact? He was released in 2014. Are you just doing a background check on the guy? He snatched a firearm, yeah. He tried to get a guy who's going to attack him or something. Yeah, well, that's his story. I don't think, if you know where he is, I don't know where he is. I haven't heard from him in a long time. You're having a bad day? What's going on, Mozart? Your stocks are dropping? It was kind of an upsy-downsy day, but it leveled out at minus 1.6. Why would Misa be traveling north? He's going to Drag King and hang out? Is he going to be Drag King's wingman? I find that hard to believe. No, he doesn't want anyone to know who he is. He has never put his face on the internet. He's too worried. What about you, sir? A bad day? You're having a bad day, Mozart. Yeah, you can't seem to be able to, spam our show. Well, you really got to think for Adam Schiff. Are you attracted to him? Are you gay or something? Why are you Republicans so worried about... Why are you so worried about... That's not funny. The whistleblower. Isn't it funny how Adam Schiff really pulled the wool over your eyes? I want to thank Adam Schiff. That was the smoothest move, just dumping the whistleblower on the Republicans. They're sitting out there going, well, we want to know the name of the whistleblower. He's a whistleblower, and his name is protected, and that's the entire whistleblower law. It's protection of the whistleblower name. Why are you Republicans so worried about that? And look at how confident William Taylor is, and Pastor William Taylor. That was a really nice moment where he just gleefully knows that they've got a great case. And they're smiling with defiance at the Republicans going, but we want to talk about the whistleblower. It's like a dog with an old bone. It's like holding on to an old bone. Give it up. There's no more meat on that bone. Let it go, you old dogs. You Trump-tarticans. It's a crap show. What are you talking about? Your life or Donald Trump and the crap show going on? Tech Walla. Who done what or not? Okay, let's play some highlights of this encounter between Adam Schiff and William. If you hadn't heard it yet last night, this is really good. Representative Jim Jordan, who's currently under investigation for not reporting a sex criminal, is asking these questions.
Who knows who that
Nice. Let me lower the volume.
individual is, and your staff is the only staff of any member of Congress who's had a chance to talk with that individual. We would like that opportunity. When might that happen in this proceeding today?
First, as the gentleman knows, that's a false statement. I do not know the identity of the whistleblower, and I'm determined to make sure that identity is protected. But as I said to Mr. Conaway, you'll have an opportunity after the witnesses testify to make a motion to subpoena any witness and compel a vote.
The ability to have the whistleblower in front of us, something you, of the 435 members of Congress, you are the only member who knows who that individual is, and your staff is the only staff of any member of Congress who's had a chance to talk with that individual. We would like that opportunity. When might that happen in this proceeding today?
First, as the gentleman knows, that's a false statement. I do not know the identity of the whistleblower, and I'm determined to make sure that identity is protected. But as I said to Mr. Conaway, you'll have an opportunity after the witnesses testify to make a motion to subpoena any witness and compel a vote.
The ability to have the whistleblower in front of us, something you, the President, you didn't listen on President Trump's call and President Zelensky's call?
I did not.
You've never talked with Chief of Staff Mulvaney?
I never did.
You never met the President?
That's correct.
You had 3 meetings again with Zelensky and it didn't come up.
And 2 of those they had never heard about as far as I know.
And President
There was no reason for it to
President
come up.
Zelensky never made an announcement. This is what I can't believe, and you're their star witness. Ambassador, you weren't on the call, were you? The President, you didn't listen on President Trump's call and President Zelensky's call?
I did not.
You've never talked with Chief of
Okay, for those of you who do lip reading, I'm glad that you were able to understand that, because sometimes I say some of the most damning things with my lips. But in reference to this, I'm glad that we've got a good, solid impeachment hearing kickoff, and now with follow-ups from Sondland, Ambassador Sondland, if he confirms that they did hear one of the young ladies heard Donald Trump say he wanted dirt on Joe Biden, basically, in exchange for this whole thing. But Republicans are still clinging to the lie that Donald Trump said that there was no quid pro quo, but I just want the dirt on Joe Biden in order to release the $400 million. Okay, but there's no quid pro quo. Talk about a liar. Donald Trump learns a new word or a new phrase last year. There's no quid pro quo. Yeah, and he started using that when he found out about it. There's no quid pro quo, but I want to get the dirt on Joe Biden in order to release the $400 million. No quid pro quo. So you people, you Republicans, you retardicans believe everything he says, even though he clearly lied about the tax returns, and now he's taking a case to the Supreme Court to tie up more time so that nobody can look at his tax returns. And you retardicans are still going, we believe Donald. We would never think that he would ever lie to us, ever. You make me sick. How dare you?
All right, so I just woke up late today. Turn on the TV. First thing I see. What a thing to wake up to, huh?
That they were in, like, they were hiding, they were scared. It was like scaring us because, like, those are our friends. We didn't want anything bad to happen to them.
Yeah, you guys have had these kinds of drills. What have you been taught to do?
What? The first thing I'm hearing is drills? We're talking about drills? Drills. We're talking about drills.
How did it help you?
Well, it helped.
Yeah, how did the practice help you, young lady?
We'll get to this in a 12-minute video talking about a drill and how the training went prior to this terrible happening. Or did it happen today, where 3 alleged child deaths occurred? Or was it 2? Were the 6 injured and 2 dead? That's right. Did it go from 3 dead to 2 dead? I'm not sure. And I hope nobody died. The male staffer that overheard Sunderland testifies tomorrow, and there's a second staffer stepping up now. The call was that loud. Thank you, Slow Modes. I never thought I'd say that, but you and I are on the same page when it comes to this trial or impeachment hearing. No, I don't have those thoughts, Pickles. I'm always living in a world of dream and imagination and hope, and I always put my mind ahead of the time that we're living in. I'm actually living in the 22nd century in my mind most of the time, where we've already solved the world's problems. We're filtering the air and the water. We stopped the chemtrails, the terribly destructive level of pollution that's been occurring. We created an EMF situation that's safe for people, electromagnetic frequencies that are safe. We've solved so many problems in the world that have limited humanity for some time. Old people will be resolved with good quality health care. Yeah. We'll have endless burgers from automatic burger machines at every corner in the universe, so you'll never be running low on burgers. We'll offer food aid to people in need whenever people are, starving. We'll always have food available to drop hither and yonder. The days of these endless fires created by directed energy weapons will be over. We'll have safety for all people, and we'll be able to stop the chemtrails that are dumping in the skies above us. A future that's beautiful for mankind, where cyber cops will no longer be controlled by the global elitists. We'll be able to pull their plug, and they won't be able to control us. This is a much better world that I see in the future. That's why I do this show, because I really believe that we can make that happen. But if we continue going down this dark road with Donald Trump and his greedmonger Republican Party, we're just going to see an endless destructive process which will only lead to a nuclear war of some sort. Trump making America great again. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm a little bit freaked out by the guy. I think he's out of control, and what's worse, he's making money from the White House while he's destroying our trade policies with countries like China and Mexico and countless other places. So yeah, getting food and water to people in times of need, these are things that we have to work on. We don't have a plan right now, unfortunately. Yeah. So this plan we're talking about involves And no chemtrails above our skies. Water filtration. And air filtration. That's what the future of the country could be like. Yeah, and we could sell and export the technologies that we create, that we could actually do low-cost solutions to all of these things. Sloppy AIGs. I don't know. AIG is a insurance company that was bailed out during the TARP 1 and TARP 2. They got $160 billion. That's what AIG is. So these are concepts that we're promoting that the two parties are not, and I think that's a big difference. That's why we need a third party. We'll never get the solutions that we have laid out here unless we have a third party, because those people are controlled by the people that are polluting both our air and our water. And they don't give a crap about 5G. It'll kill all of us. They could care less. More money for their cancer machine. Well, because Jessica and Mad Dog haven't consummated their feelings for each other. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know anything about that relationship other than a chat dialogue that was copied. Yeah. Dream control technology. Wow. It's exciting.
Whether it's winning the lottery or becoming famous, what do you often dream of?
With new technology, it just might be possible to dream any dream you want and even control the action as a dream master.
As you think of a purple cow, you turn the corner and there's a purple cow.
Thomas Pizel is talking about a dream, of course, but to help him conjure that imagery, he's using a new type of sleep mask.
Anything we can imagine, we can experience directly.
It uses a programmable light pattern designed to turn on when you're in a semi-wakeful state to sort of control what you see and do in your dreams. It's called lucid dreaming.
You can even talk to the dream itself.
Pizel has written about dreams and has volumes of dream journals. And now he has added this new technology to his dream control arsenal.
It's a sleep mask designed to allow people to enhance their dreams, have better dream recall, have more vivid dreams.
Duncan Fraser and Steve McWigan developed the dream mask called Remy. They say that the sleeping mind can recognize the color and brightness of the embedded lights, allowing the wearer to be more conscious of their dreams.
We're kind of pinging your waking mind with these patterns, so at the very least, you're getting a little more attention to your dreams.
Lucid dreams are an overlapping state between sleep and wakefulness.
Sleep expert Dr. Daniel Erickson said this is illustrated in these brainwave patterns.
Dream sleep, which we see here, is very similar to wakefulness, which we see here.
Though he's not yet convinced the light pattern will affect the lucid dreaming state.
There's no harm in it, but there's no evidence that it works.
But the developers and Pizel all claim that understanding and controlling dreams can help address issues with creativity, personal problems, even confronting nightmares.
A good dream can actually carry you through a day. The converse of that is you have a terrible nightmare and you wake up and it ruins your entire day.
Entirely beyond us.
Not beyond me. I'm ready to start my lucid dream right now. As I travel through the heavens, I experience clouds, not chemtrails. I go to my screen, my croutons above, and I say, I want to go here. I want to go to a fantasy world where Peter Max is drawing circles in my life. Here we go. I can do anything in this dream world. I can play cards with myself. Pick a card, any card, Dave, anything you want. It's an endless card. Well, I constructed CoolRock for the purpose of enjoying this dream state, and I'm proud to give you that quality that you can only find on an interactive virtual chat show like ours. Yeah, so we have CoolRock.com available if you want to have a lucid dream in the show while we're doing the show together. Thank you very much. You have been removed from the show. This is your last and final warning. David, do you see how these men talk? I know. I can't get over it. It's like they don't even care. It's like I think they've been in sort of a group of MGTOW men who've gone their own way. The Me Too generation and the MGTOWs. It's the Me Too's versus the MGTOWs. That's right. It's Me Too versus the MGTOWs. In the upcoming battle of the genders. Women versus men who've abused them. Coming up at the top of the hour. Oh, we've already reached the end of the show. I can't believe how much fun we've had today. Well, isn't that special? So we found out some very weird things about this shooter. He was on Facebook and he wrote this. Very strange. Me returning back to society after isolating myself to unhealthy emotional trauma. Very weird. Myself to unhealthy process emotional trauma. That's just weird. It's like the young boy was reaching out, and then here's his mother with him. He was an Amerasian boy, and they're trying to claim him to be a white supremacist. It's just so hard to believe. There he was. And I guess he shot himself in the head, so he's still alive. I don't know, we'll find out more later. I add this Eden Lake trailer to our show so you can watch it. All right. Hey, thanks for all the great links, Scissor Fight. Appreciate it. I guess I was disconnected from chat over there. Yeah, I may have missed some of your links. I was disconnected. Do you think he died? He may have died. I don't know. But they're already setting up a fundraiser for him, which is another indication of a possible... Yeah, also could have been a possible gunshot to the head where, you know, whether he makes it or not. Here's his dad, who they claim he lost in 2017. Passed away of a sudden heart attack. He watched his father die. This is the story that's been pushed out there. That it was so tragic for him that now he's killing other people. It just doesn't make sense. A third person died? Oh, really? Wow. I got the links. Okay, thanks, Scissor Fight. Well, I banned Drag King, but he's been unbanged as Dairy Queen, so he's had a chance. Every time he uses the N-word, I'll ban him. Hope Tech Nuke Proof Descent. Dream Build MTV. Okay, why not? Put that in Cool Tech as well. Okay, we got a lot of stuff lined up for you tonight. A lot of videos brought to us, and we're going to start in with the videos right now. Hey, thanks for coming in and hanging out with Dave as he braces for the robotic future. Yeah, it's not easy when we try to form a democracy in a world that's completely controlled by oligarchs, corporate money. Very strange. Okay, this just came in. I didn't get this. Let's listen to this woman. Something about David Hogg. Let's take a look.
Welcome, everybody. Hello. Welcome. I know it was short notice, but welcome. Can you guys hear me? Hello. Welcome. Can you guys hear me?
Okay, I'll play this later. I'm not sure what this is about. Scooter Braun was the puppet master behind David Hogg, the March for Our Lives. Diminishing his power for 2020 is a must. This should be interesting, yeah. We know David Hogg is pushing gun control and is completely owned and controlled by the government operation to get gun control in our country. Yeah, sure. I don't know what that is. Yeah, you got me on that one. All right, that's it for that, and we're out of here. Okay, thank you for coming in, everyone. Right, we will sign off, and we will be seeing you again tomorrow for Freedom Friday. You never know. We've got all kinds of potential for freedom. If we don't test our freedom, we don't know we have it. That's the reality. I'm David Sponheim, Mr. Right to you. Take care.
You make me melt away. You're Mr. Right, my Mr. Right, too good to be true. You spin my world around, 'cause you're the peace I find. If you sweep me off my feet, my heart stops to beat. 'Cause you make me melt away. You're Mr. Right, my Mr. Right, too good to be true.